question.
Hey, Will.
Yeah.
Where do babies come from? What happened last time on Ebon Ward?
Last time on Ebon Ward, the party took some time to enjoy themselves with a marvelous festival held in Sweetstone. With Sebastian dead, Delicate now an ally, and Smokey imprisoned, there was a lot to celebrate. Of course, the crew understood their next course of action would be to investigate Blackthorn Manor, found on the massive cliff that overlooks Leviara. When they arrived to the massive port town, Mace hopes to learn more about the Callistos, and most specifically, Vivian, who may be his mother. However, our focus moves to two druids on a daring mission. Jasper and Luthien make their way to Castle Errol to learn more about the druid situation and about the keepers, and more specifically, the queen. So, it is a lovely day on what has been described to you as the Lancaster hunting grounds, a very large forested area just surrounding Errol. And of course, it is owned by the Lancasters, who are, of course, the king and queen. We, of course, start with your sort of scout up ahead for you two, clearing the way. Kismet drops down from a tree, looking about, and actually gets on all fours, looking down for tracks and things of the sort. And it isn't long until something is also sniffing beside her on the ground to see where and what might have been passing through these woods.
Not gonna try and be a little more subtle, girl.
Yeah, it's at that point that you two start coming across the bridge to just to the east. Luthien calls out, I made it very clear that the reason that we even came this way is there's hardly anyone. And besides, thank goodness for that, you are being very obvious for a spy.
Yeah, I know you do blend in and all, but to a certain extent, it kind of doesn't matter when you're on all fours like an animal.
Kismet waves to the briar beast to move away, and you see as a strong breeze comes by, the creature actually just kind of dissipates into nothing but leaves on the wind and disappears. She approaches. Sorry, I know you said that this area isn't used very often, but all the same. She takes off her helmet. I felt it was important just to double, triple check. I mean, you haven't been here in a while.
That's a good sign.
Right. Even still. It'll be fine. With the Lancasters the way they are, they don't really use the hunting grounds. It was mostly the king that was dabbling in it, but why don't you go on ahead, just in case? And stick to the trees, please. Kismet gives a very small bow, puts her helmet back on, and she makes her way. And you see her leap into a tree, and then after that, you have no clue where the hell she went.
Oh, well. Twist turned around. Which, are we going north? Are we going south? What are we doing here?
Oh, we're going north. Okay, so we should probably clarify a couple of things and establish what we've learned in our time in Errol.
Aye.
First and foremost, very curiously, while druids are still a concern for the general populace, it doesn't seem like they're angry. They're more just afraid.
Well, usually, I'd assume that the only people who are angry about it are people who have, encountered them, and seems like the Queen's doing a pretty good job of that, so the fear-mongering's working on her end.
Now, that's the thing, though. With fear-mongering, you'd at least have some, more details about it, but it seems like a lot of people don't really know how druids even work. Oh, I guess maybe that's a part of the fear-mongering. I mean, take, for example, there is hardly any foliage in that city anymore, which is heartbreaking. There used to be such lovely vines crawling up the various tall buildings, and it's just heartbreaking, to put it mildly.
Here, wait, no, I'm not used to walking on this ground with these on, all right? You gotta wait for me here.
Oh, yes,
The cobblestone in the city's a bit different than this.
Yes, this is a bit more our speed, to be perfectly frank. that does make me think. Folks were also very jumpy around animals, so if you are going to be sneaking around, I'd be very mindful of what you turn into.
I usually don't tend to do that. I get other things to do it for me, and I left most of my buddies at home, so...
And just another thing, Luthien turns to you. It is me.
Oh, don't worry, I can tell.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is it that obvious?
No, it's the posture, actually.
Oh. Oh no, do I slouch?
No, but you're kind of... You're kind of tilted like this, and Jasper does like a little hip thing.
Oh, yes, my flourish. They wiggle.
Exactly. The other one's more sticks chest out.
Yes, do be mindful he is still able to hear you.
Jasper sticks out a middle finger!
He will also be able to see that. But
I know.
We have come to an agreement. I am leading the charge here because I am likable. He says that with a lot more, kind of, for the first time you've seen from him, kind of a shitty smile.
Yeah. Jasper puts a hand on his good shoulder, or they're both probably visibly good now, but the one Jasper remembers as not being the problem, and just pat, and a little wry smile.
Excellent. Okay. Well, are you ready for this? I know you. We've already established what our cover.
Just say story. Just say
story. Better.
History.
Yes.
History.
Oh, yes. Perfect. I like that a lot. Very good. And all right. Well, we're fast approaching the castle. We're actually going to be looping around because it would look very strange if we came in from behind the castle. Let's loop around.
Amy came in through my door. Yes.
Okay. So you and Luthien fast approach the castle of Errol. I will ping.
I love that it automatically shows me a dinner table.
So I will ping one more time just to make sure.
Yes.
And let's see here. Let's do this. So, this is the first time that you have seen a castle, Jasper. Well, that's not entirely true. You did see the keep, but the keep was minuscule compared to this extravagant
eyesore.
Eyesore may be more accurate, to be precise. You notice as you approach that there are many keepers on griffins that are actually circling the castle, surveying the area, and notably a lot of keepers just visible outside of the building. You do actually hear a lot of hubbub going on inside. Nothing chaotic or anything of the sort, but a lot of discussion. Luthien comes up the stairs. Yes, hello. You probably know who I am, and they throw their hands out in a wild gesture. These two keepers look at each other. Luthien? Sir, wonderful to see you. I didn't expect to see you today. Who's that? Oh, of course, my glorious assistant. And they gesture to you.
Coming up the stairs, looking around, just very, very bizarre, prim sort of posture, hands behind the back, gazing around, a little smile on the face, gets to the top, a bow.
Oh, Luthien, who is this? This is my physician, Olivier.
Olivier?
Dr. Olivier, my apologies. I've gotten a bit casual, it seems. They have been a marvelous help to me in the last few months because, anxiety is something else as of recently.
Kind of leans over a little bit. Now, you don't need to tell your whole story to these goons.
Right, of course. The two keepers look to one another, and you hear one muffle like, "Hey, man, we are a tier above. It's fine." Right. Is it all right if it? Oh, of course, absolutely. And this keeper makes their way over here and throws the door open for both of you. Thank you so much.
Sorry, Olivier, we'll take Luthien's arm and just walk arm in arm.
Oh, that's a big smile. Very pleased to have this company. And you two make your way in. The moment you step in, Luthien leans over. So far, so good. Just like waves to people as he comes in.
Smile and nod, Luthien. Smile and nod.
The thing that you notice immediately is that there are keepers setting up a variety of things. Just to the north, you see these two lifting and plopping a table down, and you once they set it down here, it's a stone table, and both keepers lean against the wall. Oh, fucking hell! Can't get the wood table. No, not good enough for that. Oh. Yeah, but come on, Mitch, you're real strong. Oh, Darren. The two walk together, and you do hear a door to the north open up as two people come walking in.
Oh, pretty lady. She dressed all fancy.
You see a familiar face with Rosa Hersith, also known as the White Rose, one of the 6 judges. Mm-hmm. She looks over, and you notice that she's got a clipboard and pen. Right, okay, so I see that the decorations are going swimmingly. That's nice. The food is gonna be just fine for tonight, miss. You needn't fret at all. We're still gathering and making sure everyone's uniforms are in tip-top shape for the festivities. Yes, okay, thank you. Anything? And she stops when she sees who it is. Luthien? And she just shoves the clipboard into this guy's chest, and she marches right on over to you two. Luthien, with you an arm, walks up. Oh, Rosa! Oh, it's so lovely to see you. Luthien, I'm shocked to see you. I thought you were at the Elysiodi estate. I was for a time. And then, well, I got a little sick of that, and I felt it was important to come on back. Hersith kind of nods a couple times. Right. I notice you have a different orange-haired friend than usual. Yes. This is, of course, Dr. Olivier.
My, Judge Hersith. Now, this is quite a high-profile party planner they've picked.
Yes. There's going to be a large announcement regarding the Queen and the judges and things of the sort. So we're trying to gather everything. She looks over her shoulder. I'm sorry, are you connecting penance to the statue? And you see this keeper laughing. Is that bad? Get it out of there. Stop that.
Mercy me.
These two look very disappointed as they set down this pennant that was connected to the butt of the statue. They take it down. Hersith comes back here. Can I have you roll a disguise check?
Okay, I gotta make sure all my numbers are put there properly.
Okay,
I'll also be rolling something in the background.
Yeah.
Okay, that is connected to my bluff, so that is irrelevant. Just double checking, making sure I got everything. It should be in the macro. It should be.
Should be. If you don't have like a +10 on it, then we know that. Okay. Hersith eyeballs you a couple of times. You notice, like, she's really narrowing her eyes looking at you.
Oh, goodness, I better not be underdressed.
No, I'm terribly sorry. Honestly, it's quite the opposite. She kind of... You notice that she loosens up very quickly. This attire is exquisite. I see why you hang out with Luthien.
Oh, birds of a feather.
They do indeed flock together. That's the saying. Yes, indeed. He just kind of nods a couple of times. Right. Luthien, I guess while you're here, I think it'd be wise if you spoke with, and it isn't long until you hear another set of doors slam open, and from the far east,
oh boy,
you see someone march on through.
No!
Arms behind her back, you see the piercing blue eyes and long black fur coat of Judge Payne. She, of course, starts making her way over, and she doesn't call out like Rosa did. Instead, she just throws a hand up very politely and makes her way over. You notice that Hersif steps aside for her.
Mm-hmm. Dr. Olivier will do a polite little bow.
Yeah. Judge Payne looks you up and down a couple of times. Oh, you have brought a +1, Mr. Haldir. Yes, my physician. Really? Interesting. I assume because of the incidences regarding Cragmer's fissure? Yes, I desperately needed one. Judge Payne extends a hand. You notice that it is her right hand, which is the prosthetic.
Mm-hmm. Jasper will extend a beclawed hand. Is this a handshake for Dr. Olivier?
It is.
Jasper will take it.
Okay. Judge Payne, you note, it kind of surprises you. She doesn't try to, crush your hand.
Yeah, she's not manhandling.
Nope, she just goes for a very polite, still a firm grip, and shakes it gently. Mm-hmm. Very nice to meet you, Dr. Olivier. I am Judge Charlotte Payne.
Likewise, right. Your Majesty.
I do apologize. We've got a lot of hubbub. I'm sure Hersif has mentioned we are going to be doing a celebration. She looks around. What are those? And she points to the various pendants hanging from the columns. And the dwarf looks over. Oh, it's just some decorations, miss. Take them down. They're tacky. We're professionals. Everyone, the vibe just dissipates in the room.
Well, you heard the lady. Hurry it up.
Judge Payne smiles at that. And you see these guys, especially the one that was trying to hang it off the statue's ass, is man, this sucks, but at least she came in after I took it down. Just
tiny Jasper voice in the back of the head. You bitch! You bitch!
Luthien. Yes, I think it'd be wise if you spoke with Her Majesty at your earliest convenience. I should also say, she has the faintest you think smile? It's hard to tell with Payne. Excellent work with Cragmer's fissure. I was admittedly a bit concerned we might lose them with the coalition. Something like Leviara as of recently. She looks down. She looks very upset about that development. But, you should be congratulated for your efforts. I realize that was a daunting task, especially with the blunders of some of our judges. And she notably looks at Rosa. And of course, it didn't help that it was being led by a traitor that we have yet to catch. That does make me think, Mr. Haldir. Yes, you were good friends with Judge... no, not anymore. Mr. Everlyn. Are you aware of where he might be? No, I'm afraid not. The last time that I saw him was in Grabby's Reach. We were at the Verger estate, and we were having a lovely time there. It was before everything seems to have gone a little wild here. That's unfortunate. All right. Rosa, I could use your eye with something when you have a moment. And Judge Payne once again puts her arms behind her back and she just walks away without saying goodbye. Right. Well, I'll likely need to assist with that. Please, don't be strangers. If you need anything, I'll be bopping around the castle. There's still a lot to do. And yeah.
Yes, we've got plenty of time to socialize, don't we?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, again, it's still early in the morning. We aren't expecting people to show up until much later. But if you do need anything else, just let me know. Bye, Luthi. Bye, Rosa. And Dr. Olivier, it was very nice to meet you.
Likewise. All right, now, Luthi, let's shake a leg.
Yes, indeed. And the two of you can go where you please.
Let's just take a stroll through the main areas where it's like, oh yes, let's see what's changed. Let's just do a little loop around if that can be done.
Yeah, absolutely. Why don't you lead the way and Luthien will follow? So, I told you this off screen, but I will let the audience know as well. Jasper's leading this. Luthien is more of a support than anything. And Jasper has a couple of interesting tricks up their sleeve if needed because of who they are accompanied by.
Hee-hoo, sweat.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Oh. And the reason why this map isn't shaded off in any way is that Luthien has been to this castle a dozen times, and he has explained to you the layout many, many a time. Anything that is black means you have no idea what's there.
Ooh.
So,
Okay.
where would you like to go?
Alrighty. It sounds a bit weird, maybe, but I think the first place that a doctor would want to go is maybe in about the kitchen to see the quality of the nutrition around here.
Sure. Do you want Luthien to come with you, or?
Yes.
Okay. Luthien kind of moses on this way. Nice work, gentlemen, with that table. Thanks, Luthi. I like him. He's a good head of agriculture, that guy.
Remember, lift with your legs.
Oh, yes. Wow, pretty. You're catching a lot of eyes. You have quite the attire on. Luthien normally would grab eyes, but today that is your role, it seems.
Oops, the disguise is working too well.
Yeah. And audience has probably noticed your little eyepiece.
Ooh, yes! Oh, goodness gracious. Is my little eyepiece telling me things already?
Yeah, so you look around with Candleblight's eye, and you are noticing heat signatures from everyone that you might expect, because again, it's within a 30-foot range, so basically about that far out, maybe a little further.
Yeah.
No one that you've looked at has had poison or disease on them. Everything's pretty clean cut.
Alrighty, that's good.
It is indeed. Luthien gestures to the door, if you'd like. It's only a moment later before someone walks on over. This nice elven woman, you notice that she opened the door with her foot because she is frantically mixing a bowl. Hi, hello, what could I do for you?
Oh, just a quick moment here. Do you just have a moment to run me down what the menu might be for the festivities?
I do. It looks pained, but she agrees to help. Right, so I'm right in the process of getting pastries ready to go. Jeremiah over there is frantically getting through with all the veggies and whatnot because we want to have a nice big stew that people can just easily scoop from and put in bowls and whatnot. We're also going to make a lot of finger food, of course. That's part of what the pastries are for. Deviled eggs, lots of wine. The Queen has been adamant no ale or anything like that. Strictly wine. She's very particular. Guy looks over. Yeah, very particular. He goes over. He starts getting some of the various dishes ready to go. Things like that. Is that all right?
So far, so good. Is there going to be any protein provided of any sort?
Oh, right. Of course, the stew will obviously have some meat in there. Going to have a large pig. Chicken will be available. Lots of things.
Righto, sounds good.
All right. Do you have a request?
Anything with a bit less sugar for my dear friend here. Maybe tone down it on the, just a couple, set a couple of those pastries aside. It's a lot of gluten.
Oh, sure. Absolutely. If you don't mind me asking, any particular reason why? I'm happy to make the accommodation, just curious.
Tummy gets a little bit upset.
Oh, all right. I do that for Mr. Haldier, of course. Thank you very much.
Thank you, dear.
And you see her like reach up with her foot again to close the door and goes back to stirring. But I want sweets.
Oh, you can have them later, don't worry.
All right, but then, people are going to see me with sweets and they're going to be like, oh, not listening to his doctor.
Well, that's going to be your problem.
You made it my problem. He like looks over his shoulder.
They're just kind of giggling back and forth like fucking schoolgirls.
Yeah, no, you guys are handling the stealth mission very professionally. Hello. These guards just nod. They say nothing else. Yeah, so back there was a storage room. Just south of us is likely restrooms, unless something has drastically changed since I was last here. To the northwest, we passed it already. There's no reason to go back, though. It's commonly used as a private meeting room.
Ah.
So, if I had to guess, I wouldn't be surprised if there would be a gathering later on. To the south here will lead us back into one of the main courtrooms. Luthien kind of peers around the corner. I wonder if they're here.
Who's that?
Well, there's another judge that is usually present. And Jasper, can you give me a perception check?
That I can.
Oh, pow.
Okay. You barely catch out of the corner of your eye. Someone is actually less than 3 feet behind you.
Fucking ghost.
You had no idea they were there because it clicks with you. They were moving at the same pace as you.
They were following my footsteps.
Yep. And when you spin around, they are inches from your face.
Somebody is calling my phone at the moment, and I need to stop. Ignore that.
You look at this individual, and they are wearing this gorgeous white attire with a delicate golden trim, and have this very nice kind of veiled hood that sparkles in the light. You do notice that they have these very bright, glowing marks that are only surpassed in brightness by their eyes. They kind of look you up and down a few times.
Now, what do we have here? Luthien, is this a friend of yours?
Yes, Tide. This is, well, they can introduce themselves.
Dr. Olivier, my Luthien, you didn't tell me you had 2 shadows.
I didn't expect them to be my shadow.
Jasper will hold out a hand for a handshake.
You notice that they already had their hand extended, but they weren't looking at you. They were looking at Luthien to hear what their answer would be. And Jasper, you are well acquainted with being the suspicious type, or like observing for it. They were watching Luthien like a hawk to see how honest they're being. But I should say, this individual doesn't have their hand out in a way to shake their hand. They have extended it as if a noblewoman expects you to kiss their jewelry.
This is for Luthien or me now?
This is for you. They're looking at Luthien, but their hand is clearly directed towards you. They are about, I'd say about 6 feet tall.
Dr. Olivier will let out a chuckle and then reach down ever so gently. Smooch!
They look down
I did not anticipate a little kiss, but it is acceptable.
Well, you will have to excuse me. I'm not exactly familiar with the goings-on of castle life.
I merely do it to see what sort of actions you might take. Would you shake my hand? Would you go for a little kiss such as that? It seems you are willing to bend a knee immediately. Huh. But
Jasper internally.
You notice the way that they move is it varies. At one moment they're incredibly fluid, like they are more fluid than their actual clothing. But then at other points, it's like stop motion, like clay.
No, I can see it in my head. It's almost like robotic for half a second, and then it's like a sheet in the wind.
Yeah, they stand up straight once again, and then they bring their fingers together to make kind of a small steeple.
my apologies. I was so enraptured by a new face in our castle, I forgot to introduce myself. I am Judge Cassiel Tide, the Keeper of Whispers.
Charmed, I'm sure.
Indeed I am.
And they look you up and down.
Oh, you've got a bit of magic on you, it would seem.
Always gotta be prepared.
That's very clever. Just because you are in the capital does not mean you are entirely safe, so I applaud you in your precautionary behavior. Luthien, this does make me curious, of course.
Yes, Tide.
Where is your usual +1? A Ms. Heavyheart?
Oh, Kathy.
I hope she is well with...
Oh, she better be.
Yes, it's not doom and gloom. I should probably clarify that. We've been traveling so much, and then with the Kragnos fissure thing, I thought it was appropriate if she had some time to relax, a small vacation.
Really? How curious.
The woman was
Why-
worrying herself gray.
I can believe that, I suppose. And you must be a physician.
Indeed.
I must apologize.
They give us a very low bow. They extend their arms outward.
It is my job to know as much as possible, the surroundings. And so, I overheard your conversation in the courtroom. A doctor. My.
Their face never emotes. It's like talking to a statue. Camera chicken, what are you up to? Judge Tide once again brings their hands together.
Yes, I didn't mean to interrupt your, little tour of the facility. I was merely curious. It is my profession, after all.
You're doing an awful good job. How much more of this tour is this place must be massive?
Oh, yes. The castle is indeed 3 stories tall, and I should make this abundantly clear. This is not meant to be rude, of course. But, Doctor, you will not be authorized to the 3rd floor, and that does apply to you as well, Mr. Haldir.
Oh, that's par for the course.
3rd floor is reserved for even judges have to work to acquire the authority. As it
Oh, I
were.
see. That's where the real party's gonna be. Now tell me, do you know anywhere where someone could lie down with a little headache, maybe to get away from the hubbub?
If you would like, I would be happy to guide you to your quarters.
Gestures over to Luthien.
I mean, that feels a little below you, Judge Tide.
Nonsense. It gives me a chance to walk and talk with such fascinating people.
Does Jasper have a reaction at all?
Nope.
Okay.
It's a very different voice saying it.
Yeah.
Now then, if you'd be so kind as to accompany me.
As they walk through. Once again, it's that incredibly fluid movement. And as they go, without even looking, they just hold the door open.
Jasper will do their best to basically observe this person, but try and play it off as like, ooh, your outfit.
Yeah. What are you trying to perceive on Tide here?
I guess it would be, is there any part of like, it's almost pointing back to Jasper pointing out Luthien's posture before they came in. Is there anything in particular about their posture that like indicates that there's a part of their body that is like a vulnerable area or an area where they might be hiding something?
Interesting. Why don't you give me a perception or sense motive? They'll give you different things.
Okay, let's see. Let me see. My sense motive isn't nearly as good. Yeah, let's just do perception as a general thing. If I get any suspiciones, which doesn't seem like I do.
Okay, and I'm sorry, this was sense motive?
No, this is perception.
Perception. So, watching Cassiel Tide, even with the 22, you can tell that all of their movements are exceedingly deliberate and
Calculated.
very calculated is a good way of phrasing it. The other thing about them is while their expression never shows it, they are always on alert. Like to the point where they are
This is the kind of motherfucker who would catch a fly buzzing past them without blinking.
Yes. They are also the person that is listening for your footsteps to see how fast you're moving without looking.
Mm-hmm.
They are actively studying if you are waiting behind to whisper something or if there's hesitation because they might be suspicious to you. They are analyzing everything around them.
It's Jasper XD 5 billion. So
Yeah.
in that regard, Jasper catches onto that quickly and will do as they have been doing and is basically letting Luthien guide the sort of tempo of their walking. Because at this point, Jasper is once again linked arms with Luthien because, oh heavens me, if you take a fall, that will just be the worst.
Yes, absolutely. Luthien and Cassiel Tide continue onward. I just need to check something super duper quick. Because these castle floors link in very specific ways. Okay.
I see.
Okay. Cassiel Tide leads.
So, it has been some time since your presence here, Mr. Haldir.
Yes, with the whole...
Yes, Cragmus Fisher, I'm aware of what you did there. Marvelous work. We were positively abuzz with whispers when we heard your accomplishments. But it does make me wonder.
They look over their shoulder.
Dr. Olivier, where do you come from? Your profession is something that makes me curious.
Ooh, a little bit of all over, really, though mostly along the east side of the country. I don't know if my accent could tell you anything, but... Oh god, where are we? Thank you.
Don't worry, I picked. Cassiel Tide leads on.
Oh, the eastern part of the country. Fascinating.
As you walk on by, you see multiple massive statues.
Ooh, the green.
Yeah. Can you give me a perception check?
Yes! Oh, this is a nice open area. I dig that. Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Show me.
Jasper.
My boy.
I've abandoned my boy.
As you walk, you realize you've seen this statue before.
Yeah.
It's Perseverance.
Ooh.
And it's quite accurate to the way she looked.
Oh!
Cassiel Tide continues walking onward. And obviously, you looking around more, you realize with that perception, each of these statues is a different daughter of war.
Oh, one of the Goyles.
Mhm.
Okay. Am I able to piece together who's who?
You can actually. I would say
Okay.
because like I would say like as you walk on by, they can be like you can see small plaques for each of them, and like you can even ask Cassiel Tide and they would elaborate. But you see from where you are, perseverance, mercy, conquest,
Oh.
honor, and glory.
Ah.
The 5 daughters of war. Cassiel Tide continues onward.
Yes, as I was saying, doctor profession is intriguing just because it was brought to my attention. Well, there might be a bit classified information. You needn't worry. I don't think you fit the description, despite I assume you are quite a good doctor. Now then, Luthien, I should make it abundantly clear that you do share the same floor as the Queen, so do be respectful of her. Let's see, what else is modified since your presence here? That should more or less do it.
Actually, Cassiel, I was curious. Is this the guest room that I should have, considering I have a +1? Cassiel looks to the west.
Gods, you're right. It's wrong.
they like slowly floor around.
This is meant for a single bed. Gods.
Look, they look pretty discouraged with themselves that they got something wrong.
Oh, goodness.
Yes. No, you will be on the northern side, and my warning again is even more precise. You will need to be respectful of the Queen's presence. This is mostly meant for you, Doctor.
In what regard?
The Queen is a very busy woman, after all. She doesn't have a lot of time for idle chit-chat, and due to her high-ranking position, she must be shown respect at all times, even when she lacks it.
They keep moving forward.
Loud and clear.
Yes.
Let's see here.
For your interests, we have a library open to the public, should you choose, and most beneficial to you and Luthien.
They open the door.
Your guest room has a billiards table.
Oh.
How positively exhilarating camaraderie and competition combined at one table.
They look positively bored.
Yeah, thought so.
Right. Well, if you don't mind, Judge Tide, I'll probably start putting my things away.
That would be wise. I'm sure someone's going to try and pull you aside for more information.
Popular boy, this one. Right. Let me get that suitcase for you. No heavy lifting here. Yeah, let's get our stuff all squared away before we get distracted again.
Of course. Well, here, I'll get things started squared away. Before you walk in, Cassiel grabs your arm.
Ooh.
And, like, they don't look at you, but they do lean in.
I would like to have a discussion with you later. I could use your skills.
Don't mind if I do.
You can always find me in my office. It's where my secret keeper is a secretary. It's directly below us.
Oh, where we met.
Yes, very astute of you, Doctor.
And they mosey on.
Jasper fights the urge to say back, Doctor. It's just natural.
You look away for a moment, and they just disappear.
Jasper internally, I want to be that stylish. No, that's so cool.
And I will say, because you have Candle Blight, they did not turn invisible.
They're just quick, or?
From what you could guess, Cassiel Tide can teleport.
Oh, of course.
Which
Am I able to look up and around and be like, what the hell?
You know what? You rolled a 33 earlier. I'll transfer that over here. You look down and you see someone of a similar stature already sitting down in their office reading.
Oh man, you got saved so many steps on that. Shit, man. Red path, I'm jealous.
Let me switch to this. Well, look at that.
Positively accosted by individuals we are.
Yes, well, that's what happens when apparently we've kind of struck gold, as it were. Oh, wait, actually. Luthien, as he walks in, you see him cast a spell, and it lightly, there's like a small like waviness to as you walk in. And you notice when you do walk in, it is silent.
Ah, I see.
Okay, we can have a bit more open discussion now.
Ooh.
You are doing phenomenal.
Jasper kind of creakily turns around, and there's like a smile that like is like the head could turn around 360 degrees.
Oh dear. Nope, I don't want to say that. Thank you. I know this is incredibly stressful and this has been really thrust upon you, but truly thank you.
We're both in it now.
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna see if there's any sort of spell or doohickey or whatever that I could cast now to help me out for the rest of the day.
Yeah,
oh boy.
Absolutely.
Oh, okay. Let's do me some. I cast Pop 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 at 9th level.
Ooh, impressive.
I would like to cast Wild Instinct. So for the next 8 hours, I get a +5 on my perception and you get +5 perception to act as suppressor, and additionally you don't take yes. So I don't take penalties while I'm sleeping for perception checks, and if there's any sort of surprise rounds, I get a +5. And I am more astute about everything.
Excellent. Okay, yeah, definitely keep that in mind as we play. Also, I just realized those flowers look like shit. Let me just.
Oh, I didn't even notice.
Yeah, they looked really bad. I didn't like it. All right. There.
Give me back my narcissist, you fuck!
Yeah, no, you get those flowers instead because they look better. Okay. That was driving me up a wall. I don't know how I missed that. But Luthien looks back. Whew. Okay. So I am probably going to need to go speak with the Queen eventually today. I don't know when specifically. I don't even know where they are. Is there anyone that you want me to introduce you to?
Well, I imagine you're gonna have to speak to the Queen sooner rather than later, because you don't want her waiting on you, and yes, I'm gonna keep this up, or else I won't be able to keep it up.
Okay.
Little old me.
I mean, you are welcome to accompany me as well. If you want, I mean, I can play a distraction, quite frankly.
Jasper does the puff cheeks like,
like I said, you're not forced in anything. I'm just saying it's an option.
How's about you go and test the water for me, and then if she wants to speak to you again, you come and get me.
All right. Simple enough. Honestly, I think I'm going to be spending a lot of my time just trying to figure out where she is. I just realized where we are specifically.
we're above the meeting room.
We are above the meeting room, but instead he points directly east. Directly across the hall is the Queen's bedchambers.
And they just let us in, huh?
I think you have failed to understand how high security is around here, and I don't know why, but the Queen is incredibly lackadaisical. She likes to have her guests nearby in case she gets bored and wants to talk to them.
Ah, I see, that kind of lady. Jasper, this entire time, has been looking around the room and eyeing anything suspicious, like, okay, scout the area, where might they be listening in? I don't want to be, like, duped. Is there anything that's immediately, suspicioso?
Yeah, give me a perception check, and then you got a +5 on this, correct?
I don't know if that's because it doesn't actually say. You become aware of all sounds and smells you would normally overlook, and even retain the ability to detect threats when soundly asleep. So it doesn't say that you get the +5 bonus on just regular perception checks for things.
You would just notice more with your roll.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So this spell is specifically for when I am asleep and when there is a surprise attack coming at me.
Okay.
But so yeah, I will roll the general perception. If I find anything, sense motive doesn't really account for that. So yeah, Jasper's also going to be looking thoroughly for any sort of quick exits.
Sure. Okay. So you kind of look around this room a bit. Your eye does catch the mirror in the corner.
Yeah. Yep.
With a 24, the quickest exits that you could see, an immediate problem that you notice is there's really only one way in and one way out. That being said, they're not posted on these images just because the walls are so thick, but there are windows that don't have glass, so you can just go in and out of them without any
old-timey
work.
parapet windows, gotcha.
Yes, exactly. And they are large enough that a person could go through if they so chose. So you've at least got that sort of an exit. But again, you're now on the second floor, which is pretty high up because it was a long stairwell up. Looking with that 24, though, you do notice that this knight armor does seem a little off to you.
I'm gonna take me a look at Mr. Shining Armor then.
Okay.
Luthien, you mind going, maybe lying down, testing out the bed, throwing the suitcase in there?
Oh, sure. You see him grab the suitcases and drag them in.
My noodle.
Catherine did that for him.
I know.
I guess it would be a sense motive then?
No, except for people.
Yeah, this would be like another perception because there's no like investigation check.
Okay.
This is more just like directly examining.
Okay, and just a quick thing. This is probably just an aspect of the map, but these blue lines along the flooring, is that just decoration, or is that like an actual like special looking property on the floor?
From what you can tell, it's just a different colored marble.
Okay.
Yep.
Damn, they can afford blue marble?
Shit.
Well, it's what the queen wants.
1 second, I'm trying to see if I have anything that would help me out here.
Sure, absolutely.
Because I'm basically trying to buff my day before the day kicks off.
I mean, in the privacy of
I can do detect magic just casually. Yeah, I'll detect magic on this whole entire like room, this whole suite, as it were.
Okay. So, detect magic will reveal to you. Obviously, you have the silence spell surrounding you, so that's that. These candles you would expect to be arcane in nature. They are not. It looks like this castle has gone old-fashioned for lighting. So, expect that if you decide to go out and about in the evening, you will have to prepare your own candle and things of the sort.
Okay.
You do detect some illusion on the mirror in some capacity, and you do get a little bit of I guess that would be like conjuration magic
In the bathroom?
on the statue.
Ooh, what you conjuring? What you summoning?
Yeah.
I don't have knowledge arcana or nothing like that, but oh Dia, where are you, Dia? Help me! Ah!
I'm also just going to double check my notes super duper quick to make sure I'm not talking out of my ass. I'm pretty sure it's conjuration. Oh, I'm sorry, divination, my dumb ass. It's divination.
Don't like that!
Nope. But I will say, when you go to detect magic, you notice that curiously, it's been deactivated.
Whoever had this room last didn't take kindly to it either.
Maybe.
I will percept on the night. Though I do not know, I could ask Luthien, he might have knowledge arcana. Like, hey, what the fuck is this? But
Yeah.
I'm gonna see if there's any particular aspect of it. If it's like a suit of armor that has been enchanted, or if it is a object made to look like a suit of armor.
Sure. Yeah, okay, so I can tell you a lot about this. So, looking at it, it is just a suit of armor. And more specifically what it is the mannequin that is inside, that like holds up the armor. You realize that you have to like, what's this now?
It's a dead person.
No, we're not there yet. So when you lift the visor of the knight's helm, you realize that it's actually on the back of the head of the mannequin. So you actually reach in and spin the head around, and you see that there is a very, very obvious divine rune. And examining that, it is indeed what you would describe as turned off. Because instead of being this like very vibrant colored rune, it's like blinks and then fades. Blinks and then fades.
Luthi, come on over here. What do you make of this?
Oh,
There's a little doohickey on the back of this fella.
well, I'm
Oh,
sorry.
excuse me.
They do a little do-si-do.
Yeah.
Now, careful now. Don't touch it if you don't have to.
Jasper
Nice.
creepingly.
Okay, so I rolled for Luthien in secret. Luthien examines it. It appears to be some sort of... Well, it looks like it's off now, but I think it listens and looks.
Ooh.
So,
That's a
unfortunate.
little bit naughty.
Yes,
Don't like that.
but
Well, we're gonna
turned
leave
off.
it how we found it, and it was already turned off, so...
That is wise. I think we'll want to double check it each time we come in.
Good point, good point. Now, can you do me another favor and just a little bit here behind me? I don't want to have to deal with that.
Oh, all right. Ooh, hello, handsome.
I love him!
he does like a couple of poses and fluffs his hair, and it's in this moment he's like, God, how does no one know I'm not a druid?
Wow, you people are fucking stupid.
So what does Jasper want to do?
Jasper is going to just get the gist of this room as well while they're in here. And I imagine you could probably just use whatever rolls I've done previously for that. And then we'll come back out and see what Luthien has to say about this nonsense.
Yeah, absolutely. So things that catch your attention, once again, there is magic in this room. This time it is conjuration. It is on the wine bottle.
Ooh, infinite wine?
Looks like it generates wine. It may not be like, you get the feeling it probably doesn't like instant refill it.
But
upon
by the time it's done, it's kind of like on its way back up.
Kind of. So what you, examining it closer, you figure what actually happens is, this is a weird way to explain it. It's like a teleporter for wine. There seems to be a rune at the bottom of this like big wine bottle. And likely whenever they need more wine, someone can press a button, it alerts the servants. They will fill a bottle downstairs, which then transports it to this bottle.
Jasper doesn't think about it in that way. Jasper thinks of it as,
Oh, where's the mommy wine?
just imagining a giant wine bottle down in the basement or something.
Yep.
Okay.
And the only other magic you can detect is in the other room, but again, it's conjuration. You would wager for the bathtub and sink to generate
So
water.
I think the last thing Jasper's going to do in this room is, I imagine there's probably a window like right here.
Yes.
Jasper's going to take a look out the window and see what kind of stuff they can immediately see. And then after that point, they're going to give themselves a little bit of lay of the land to really get an idea of their critical escape routes if they need them.
Okay. So you look out and you do see those hunting grounds once again. You know for sure there's a lot of twists and turns in there that would be fantastic to hide if absolutely necessary. Looking out from this position, it's hard to see like the back courtyard. You do realize like if you were to hang out this window and like peek out, you can see in there? You can see a little bit into what must be the Queen's room. It also does give you access to this balcony over here. Now, I should make it very clear, like, if you were to like try and scale this,
obviously,
very hard. It's like a sheer surface.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So
let's see here.
More particularly, though, when I said lay of the land, I mean the spell lay of the land, which means, I'm gonna get everything in 5 miles. I know what it is.
Oh, like the layout?
Okay. Here's the link to the spell.
All right.
It is not too long of a read, but in a flash of recognition, you learn about the geography of your surroundings within a radius of 1 mile per 2 caster levels. The instant familiarity grants you an insight bonus equal to your caster level, maximum +5 on knowledge, geography checks, and survival checks to avoid getting lost so long as you remain in the affected area.
Okay. So what this will do then, like this won't impact your like knowledge of the castle because it's not a natural thing.
Yes.
But if you were to go in those woods, you will not get lost. You tell me where you want to go, you will go there. That's just not up for debate. Just remind me you've cast this.
Yes. That lasts for the whole day.
Yep, that's easy. That is a good idea too. I will say it does let you know like the layout of the outside of the castle, then, at least the natural parts. And you know that it's a nice open courtyard.
Am I able to detect any aqueducts or any such things, or any secret passageways in through the earth?
Oh, yeah. Hold on. Let me look at this again. Let me look at this again. Knowledge of the surroundings. In a flash of recognition, you learn about the geography of the instant familiarity. Okay. Interesting. So you detect, yeah, let me do something here.
Take your time.
When you cast that spell, you get a flash of the various like trees and like there's a nice little river over there. Oh, there's a nice lake. I'm sure it's filled with pleasant little fishies and things of the sort. And then it like hits you. There is a dungeon. It's about the same size as this castle. Not descending downwards, but like width and lengthwise. Like it's an entire floor. You don't know, obviously, the layout of that, but more importantly, you do recognize that there does seem to be a very small offshoot with a long hallway that does extend to somewhere else.
Oh my God.
Also man-made.
Is there mayhaps? I know I won't see it, but hypothetically, Civ is anticipating a skull floor somewhere, maybe.
You don't know.
Okay, all right. Can't wait to go down there and find a mushroom grow up, and it's just something weird. Okay. Mysterious. Creeping, crawling.
For people in chat, no, it's not 5 miles of hallway. It is clearly still on the castle grounds. Like, this isn't like you don't go into a hallway and then it extends way off into the boonies. It is very much still within the walls of this castle. Or more, okay, I should clarify. Not the walls of this castle, but like the walls that are the perimeter of the castle outside.
Yes.
Very easily within them.
Okay. So it goes underground, but does it come back above ground again?
It does not.
Oh
Like I said, I knew you'd find things very quickly with your weird bullshit. So very excited about that. So yeah,
I went full monkey mode.
Yeah, no, I love the idea that Jasper's looking out the window. Huh. Oh, it just shifts.
All right, we're gonna keep that in my back pocket then. Fuck's sakes, you freaky bitch!
Jasper, you notice something while you're looking out the window.
There.
It's not that you see anything, it's that you hear. You hear singing.
Oh.
It's very soft. It's actually pretty nice. Some of the notes are wrong, but like they're going for it.
Oh, God bless Charlotte Payne. She has one redeeming quality.
Oh my God, imagine.
Okay, what kind of voice is it?
It's a woman's voice. They seem to be probably in their late 20s, early 30s, you'd have to guess.
Around where is it coming from?
It's actually coming from the balcony.
Right here?
Yeah.
Jasper will very... God damn it, the last time I was in a room and heard some weird shit outside my window, we got Bella Withers. Okay.
Luthien does actually... no, Luthie wouldn't hear it.
Because he's in the silence room.
He's in the silence room.
Is it a song I recognize?
Give me a knowledge local, actually.
I don't have that.
Oh, you have no idea. If you had to, it doesn't sound
Errol
like
is so great. Errol is so great. There's no druids here. We can always hate.
It's not to that level. The best way I could describe it.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
The best way I could describe it is Disney princess song.
Okay.
I'm gonna casually make my way over to the door. Hey, Luthie, I'm gonna check on something for just a minute. If I'm not back in, like, I don't know, 5-10 minutes, you come in and take a look at for me outside that door.
Absolutely. I figured out what the mirror does. It
Makes him more handsome? Oh, okay.
No, that's impossible. But what it does do is it does, like, if you are curious about what eyeliner would look on you, bam, it just puts it on so you have an idea of what you'd look like.
Dude, character creator.
It is a character creator, essentially. It doesn't apply.
No,
the makeup,
that's
but like,
cute.
yeah.
All right, what the fuck? Jasper's very... Just gonna... peek.
You peek outside and you see a princess.
Oh my god.
And she is belting out this song. And again, it's like all right.
It's not perfect, but it's all right. Of course.
Just a general charisma check for her. Actually, it's not great because at a point she's like, and la 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 la, clearly forgot the words.
Oh my god, you poor thing. I'm so sorry.
Do you do anything or do you just like observe this beauty?
I get it now. I get it. Does this person seem like they would be horribly embarrassed if somebody else heard them?
You don't know. I mean, you could sense motive.
I'm gonna do that because Jasper, if Jasper were to be caught singing badly but having a good time, they would never live it down. But if this is a, I am a princess, compliment me, tee-hee.
You get the feeling she would be ecstatic if anyone joined her.
Jasper can't sing, but Jasper will very quietly in the background.
The princess spins around, hair flutters in the wind, you hear birds chirping, and she's got these big, dumb, poofy lips, and her eyes are always sparkling, and she picks up the front of her dress. Oh, hello! Oh, hi! I'm sorry, did you hear me?
I think the whole castle might have heard you, darling.
Oh, I hope it was at least all right.
Could have been worse.
Oh, that's what Mom always says. And she just like kind of...
Just be careful if she's taking a nap and you start belting out.
Oh, I know she's not there. She's busy doing work things, and she just like kicks the ground a bit. This woman acts oddly immature considering her age. You don't need a perception check for this. You do notice that she has long princess gloves of silk, but notably the right one looks a little bulkier, and you can see that there is a dark material under that cloth.
I can't believe this bitch brought all her kids to that meeting. Oh boy.
Where are my manners? I am Princess Charity Lancaster.
Of course you are, sweetie. Of course you are.
Oh, well, I must say I am charmed to finally meet a more standard kind of princess. I believe I met your sister earlier today. Very different personalities.
She tilts her head and thinks, I'm an only child. I highly doubt there would be another princess around here. Jasper, it clicks with you. The knowledge that Payne is the princess is not common knowledge. Only Garen has that information. You are looking at what must be this double for Charlotte Payne, so that she could go without any questions into the Keepers.
That's so fucked up.
Luckily, you get the feeling this bitch is a total airhead and has no way of digging deeper.
So I will say that comment that I made earlier, I was under the impression that, like, all the judges and the nobles knew that, but that was a hush-hush.
No.
Okay, all right, I'll remember that then.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right.
Well, I must have been mistaken then.
What was that song you were singing?
Oh, well, I was just singing a wonderful little song that you probably haven't heard of yet because I wrote it myself. And she like wiggles her hips. Hmm? Oh, not especially. I mean, whenever I'm allowed to leave the castle, I've definitely gone and seen various events with magnificent singers and musicians and acrobats and things of the sort, and I have been positively inspired by them to try my hand at it. What better way to bring people together during such a stressful and tough time than with song?
That is a good point. It does tend to get people's nerves a little more relaxed.
Yes, you understand. Unlike my mom, but she's coming around to it, I'm sure.
I'm sure.
Oh, I didn't catch your name. She extends a hand.
Dr. Olivier, I'm the physician for Mr. Haldier over there looking at himself in the mirror.
Oh my goodness, a doctor. My. Well, happy
Jasper
to have
once
you
again will do the ring kissy.
Yes, and she is tickled, positively pink, and blushes unbelievably, and is just all a Twitter.
Oh my god, this poor girl. Jesus fucking Christ. What does a castle need? Of course a castle needs a princess.
Well, especially if everyone knew there was a princess and you can't have them just disappear.
Yeah.
Well, we just got here, and I heard that there's going to be some sort of festivity. You wouldn't be able to give me this sort of a skinny on that now, would you?
Oh, yes. I know. I'm gonna have her roll an int check.
-4.
No, she's not like... Mom hasn't really told me much. You get the feeling this woman has been explained the situation 4 times by now.
Yes.
But I know there's going to be a party, and like as she's talking, her head keeps flipping back and forth to let her hair just woof, woof, and you are assaulted with just this insane waft of perfume. It's not a bad perfume, but it's a lot of it.
It's
It's girl. Yeah, and she just keeps tossing her hair. I know it's a big old party, and it was my idea for the streamers downstairs. Yep.
Don't be too disappointed, but dear old Judge Payne, she didn't want those up.
Well, she's not a princess, so they're going back up.
You'll have to tell her that yourself, then, I believe.
Oh, I'm not afraid of her. She just thinks she's tough. Okay. But yeah, so I don't have a +1 for tonight, and I think it would be pretty incredible if I got to strut on in with a doctor.
Now, normally I would take you up on that in a bit of a heartbeat, but I'm technically Mr. Haldier's +1, though I suppose maybe if he's willing to compromise.
Oh, I can just ask him, Mr. Haldier. Mr. Haldier cannot hear you because he is in a silent room.
Just one moment, Missy.
Okay. She is staring blank. Do you close the door?
No, it's open.
You see her just staring blankly with a big smile and just blinking occasionally.
Creak! Waves over. Come here.
Hmm?
Come here.
What's up? Wow, I can't believe I just said, what's up? Hey, what's going on?
Why didn't you tell me about this? Come here.
Why? Well, obviously there's a princess. Why would... Yes. Oh! Princess Lancaster! Oh, my goodness. Charity.
Come on in, please. Just have yourself a lovely little sit there.
Oh, okay. And she plops on down. Her dress is so poofy, she barely gets through the door.
Oh my goodness, girl. The fucking crinoline on that.
Yeah. She sits down all prim and proper, big smile. Oh, Charity, I mean, your name should be Generosity with giving us your time. My goodness. Oh, thank you. Those are the same words, though. Right. Anyways, looks at Jasper. Yes, what do we owe the pleasure? Oh, well, I was just out singing on the balcony like I like to do with my new song. Ooh, I bet it's great. Olivia lies through his teeth. When I guess your doctor popped on by and gave me a little clapping, and it made my whole ding dang day. Right.
And our lovely Princess Charity, has had a bit of an idea in which she seems to be lacking a +1, and I explained that I am technically your +1. Do you think there could be some sort of compromise for that, or what? Or maybe I'll have 2 dates.
Oh, well, I think, that we certainly could find a way to do that if you want, Doctor. I mean, it shouldn't just be up to me, of course.
There's the whole problem of I'm just one doctor. I can't be in 2 places at once.
Of course. I mean, Luthien leans in. Do you want me to be the bad guy here?
Yeah.
Okay. You know what? Thinking about it a bit, I would really like to just keep it as, Dr. Olivier and myself, strictly because, I've had a lot of anxiety and stress lately, and I would like to have them present in case I were to have some medical trouble.
Jasper leans over and holds Luthien's shoulders and kind of wiggles him a bit. The poor man is falling all over himself.
You look at this princess.
No.
And her eyes are welling up, and she is about to go into a full-on bawl.
Oh, but don't you worry. That's why Dr. Olivier is here.
I'm a gosh darn princess, and no one wants to be with me. That's not true.
Oh, the face Jasper is making.
Now, dear, no tears, no tears. Here, handkerchief. Don't you worry. I'm sure it's just, you're so important that everyone's afraid that your mother might get, she's got standards, and not everybody's good enough for her princess.
Give me a persuasion check.
I don't have that macro.
Yeah, whatever your persuasion is.
Where the fuck is persuade? There's
Diplomacy. Sorry.
Okay, I was like, excuse.
I'm so used to it being called persuasion. It's in 5e. It's called persuasion.
Yeah. Okay. Diplomacy. Jesus Christ. Holy fuck. Please God, nope.
She continues just bawling. But then she kind of wipes her nose and thinks about it more. I guess it makes sense. I know I'm not exactly the brightest knife in the drawer. So, I get it. You know what? It just means a little more time for me to be a free bird, right?
Yeah, you know what? Hell, be your own date to this party. I know I've been there more than once.
Okay.
Treat yourself.
All right. Well, all the same, it was so nice to meet you. And can she leans in. Is it okay if we talk later? I'm not gonna embarrass you or anything because you did say no, and I don't want it to be weird or uncomfortable.
Oh, no, that'll be fine. I do have a little tete to have with one of the dear judges downstairs, but if you mean during the party, that should be fine.
Okay.
All right, clean yourself up. Yeah. Princess shouldn't look like that. Pap, awkwardly.
Thank you so much. And she gets up once again. Actually staggers a bit because the dress is so poofy.
No, honey.
And she walks out. Okay, well, it was so nice to see you again, Mr. Haldier. I'll have to teach you my new song, just like the last couple. Yeah, that would be great, kiddo. You do that. And she goes out and closes the door.
Now let's head on back into the other room real quick.
Oh my God. Right, well.
Get in here!
I'm coming. I'm changing the music. Getting my iPod on.
My AirPods fell out.
Ugh. Yeah, oh boy. So, I didn't think I needed to warn you about the princess. I mean, everyone knows that Queen Lancaster had a daughter.
Jasper motions to self.
I'm not exactly everyone.
Right! Wow!
Yeah!
Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I didn't even think of that. I just kind of I've been part of the diplomacy for so long. I thought someone might have brought it up yesterday, so I assumed, I'm so sorry.
Oh my God. If she tells her mother we made her cry.
That probably won't be a problem.
She seems the type to forget about it in 20 minutes.
Yes, usually that is the solution. Very sweet girl. I hate talking behind her back, but...
honestly, this seems like a bit of a sad situation. I feel a certain kinship there.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I got distracted. That's on me. Let me go figure out where the heck the queen is.
Mm-hmm.
And you go do what you wanted to do. And where do you want to regroup?
I would say probably back down. Let's just say at the top of the stairs here on this floor, next to all the statues.
All right. Okay. Easy enough. Then I will see you in a bit. And Luthien scoots his way out.
Jasper just kind of stands there in this room, staring at these flowers, like,
Oh.
Could we take this as a quick 5-minute break?
Yeah, we could do a little 5-minute break.
Okay. How you doing, chat? Let us know while I BRB.
Yeah. Hey, chat. I hope you're having fun. How are you doing, Aram? Thank you again for being our camera. Greatly appreciate that.
I'm doing all right.
Yeah.
I'll probably grab some water during the break as well.
Yeah.
You know what?
If
I'll,
you wanted
I'll
to...
put the splash screen back up, and then we can resume the Roll20 when people will know we're about to break.
Yeah. I'll sit with chat. Oh boy. Yeah. So fun thing for you guys is I once this session is done. Oh my gosh, Sleepy Time Tonberry, thank you so much for all of the gift subs. Holy cannoli. Thank you very much. Yeah, Six, thank you. So Six, who is Frog Fairy 6 in the chat, is the one who drew Princess Charity Lancaster. I went to Six a couple weeks ago and I was like, can you make me the most princess? And Six delivered. It's great. So thank you very, very much for that. But yeah, so the cool thing is because we've got a bunch of custom art now, courtesy of you guys that donate to the channel and most specifically to the Patreon. Because the money that goes there is able to be put back into our shows, and we can do that. It's great. And because of that, over the next few days, I'm going to be solidifying where all the arts come from and things like that, and we will start posting any icons that you've seen here. So you'll get Princess Charity, you'll get Cassiel Tide, you'll get Payne and Hairsif and Luthien, and all of them. They'll be on the Patreon. Now the generics, the way that we're planning on doing that is as they're getting revealed, we're going to do like once a month posting the batch of generics. So there might be 1 month where it's like, hey, here are all the human generics. And then another month where it's like, hey, here are all of the dwarves that we've done. And then that way they can help your games as well. Because I tell you what, it helps a lot to have generic icons. And we had a bunch of people help with this. We've had obviously Six, MD, Cat, Lemieux, Bryn, Sour Badger. I need to double check. I want to make sure I get as many people listed as possible because we've had so many nice folks helping us with this whole thing. Civ, of course, has also been doing some art and things of the sort. Meershroom, of course. Meershroom has also been helping us. Savvy has been doing a lot of art for us as well. Kaguya, I've gotten some art from. Who else do I have? I think I mentioned Cat Art now. Oh, Skift, obviously. Skift has also been helping a lot with the next adventure, which has been really, really great. Fleecy, also known as Cheapy Sheepy, has been helping a lot with the next adventure. Yeah, we've been getting a lot of art from many people. And I'm very excited for once we start to dive into, for example, the Big Strong Brain Go into the main campaign adventure, because this is still part of the main campaign. I should make that very, very clear. But it's kind of also a side thing as well. It is like very important because we need to see what Jasper was up to. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm sweaty.
Yeah, I bet. So while we're still waiting on Aaron to pop on back, where do you think you want Jasper to go?
Basically, I would like to try and cover the castle as best I can, so I don't know what is in that direction in particular, but I would like to go to the bottom left or the bottom right, sorry, my bad. Basically the lower right quadrant of the map to just kind of get an idea of what's all going on.
Okay. Yep. And then there was a reminder, you are on the second floor.
Yes.
And obviously,
I'll mosey around down on this floor, and then if I run out of things here, then I'll head on to the first floor, because I know I'm not allowed on that third one.
Sure. And obviously, if you can let me know, like, where Jasper is looking specifically, because with the gem, that does, like, inform me of what I should tell you, but I don't want to just start telling you things if you didn't think to look there. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Correct.
Obviously, you don't need to be telling me, I look up now, I look down, I look right, but like kind of give me an idea of where Jasper is looking specifically, because I need to also keep in mind with 30 feet.
Yes.
What all that means.
I'm back, and I just
Welcome
wanted
back.
to do my, since I'm cameramanning today, I thought I would try and do my best aloha impression. And so while we're on a quick break, did you know, fair viewers in chat, that we have a Discord where our community gathers to share art and discuss shows and sometimes get announcements and sneak previews of stuff. So if you're interested in what you're watching, then you can check out more content. I'll link it here. There you go.
Whoa!
You can come and be the first to try and guess the true identity of Skell Snurnvnant.
Whoever that may be.
Whatever the hell that is. Cool beans. Excuse me.
Oh, I'm a little gummed up too.
Get a little sip of water.
That's a good idea. I've had tea here this whole time. I still haven't finished it.
Oh. All right. Did we need to wait on anything else, or?
I think I'm good.
Okay. Aram, are you good?
I'm good when you guys want to resume.
Yeah. All right. Let's dive right back into it.
All right.
Here, I'll jump to this music bed. So I will ping once again, just to make sure. All righty. Jasper.
That's not me.
Oh, I'm very sorry. Olivier. I will let you know, don't feel the need to walk one square at a time. So if you want to like do
Teleport.
small teleports.
Like this?
Yeah, maybe even like a little smaller, just so if Aram's zoomed in, he's not like, oh, trying to figure out where you went.
Yeah.
But yeah, that way, because it is a big castle, and I don't want to spend a lot of time just like getting from point A to point B.
Alrighty then.
I don't think that Dr. Olivier would immediately go into this this library, but they will keep that on their brain, and they will make their way down to that bottom right section of this floor.
Sure.
Just nodding to people if they nod to them, but for the most part, a prim sort of posture, not exactly the Payne stance where she stands with her hands behind her back, but sort of a more similar one, where the hands are lower down, kind of near the butt, but just very casual, and you hear the click of the heels, and just very observant.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So as as you're walking around, you do notice with your eye, like there are some people in the library.
Do you want to give me a 30-foot radius?
Yeah, we'll do that for a little bit.
That would make it a lot easier.
Actually, here, what we'll do, I will give you a 30-foot radius, but we will make it so that Aram can't see. That way, like camera-wise, it'll still look nice. We'll do this orange. 30 feet circle. Okay, so this is what you could see.
Holy cannoli, buddy.
Yeah, it's pretty good. To put in perspective for the audience, like this is how much we're looking at for like.
And that's also a circle. That's a sphere, not a circle.
Yep. As long as you're looking in that way.
Yes.
Ooh, what is this lovely mark on the floor here?
Oh, it is. All right, that's fine. Maybe what I'll do then is, because that's going to get a little distracting. So I think what I'll do. So you've got a. I know I need you to have. Oh wait, I'll just do that. Boop. That should do it. Okay. So you look at the. You look at this symbol. This is one that you've seen actually in the keep as well.
Is it Justicia?
It is. Justicia can sometimes be associated with it, but it is more commonly associated with either Hathos, the father of Elysium, or Mitra, the daughter.
Mitra. That's what I'm
So one of those two. If you had to guess, maybe leaning more towards Hathos, simply because Mitra.
It's the big guy.
Yeah, Hathos is the big guy. He's the biggest god. Of course, equal power as Dorora, the mother of the Abyss. And it is, you would guess, more likely to be associated with Hathos strictly because the Keepers like Justicia, because Justicia is all about law, order, and punishment.
Mm-hmm.
I will say we are going to change the music a little bit because Jasper.
Oh, I stepped on it, didn't I? Oh no, what did I do?
Nope, you're good. You actually can hear punching. You hear a fight going on, and you can actually look into the next room. And you can see that there are these two individuals just wailing on each other.
Oh my god, Queenie, you so fucked up.
And the thing that you notice about them, they do have shackles. And from what you can tell, based on like how they carry themselves, these are criminals.
Queenie, you so fucked up.
You do notice as well, hanging out by these individuals is a couple of keepers that are just hanging out just around the corner. And when you walk in, you do spot a woman you've never seen before.
Oh no.
You see a woman watching very intently. If you had to guess based on her large toga and a big goblet of wine, not just a little wine glass, a full-on like golden goblet, she watches this fight very intently. Go on, you know how this works. You were both given a death sentence for your heinous crimes. You should be able to fight for your life, right? How generous is that? And she goes back to watching very intently. Her
Jasper kind of folds their arms, watching these two judgmentally.
Yeah. This fight gets pretty brutal. There's no weapons, but like, you know, they've got these shackles, so they're using that to help with them in the fight.
Mm-hmm.
And you notice ever so faintly, this woman's eyes just lazily tilt over to you. Well, why don't you have a seat with me? I have entertainment, and you look like a new face.
Doesn't say anything, just walks in. Kind of grimaces as some blood probably sprays past them.
Yeah.
Now,
Jasper.
when we say have a seat, do we mean have a seat next to you or in the vicinity?
She pats the seat next to her. Wherever you like, but if you'd like to keep me company, I wouldn't oppose it.
We're all in, boys.
Jasper, as you approach this woman, you notice a couple of things. First and foremost, there is a heat signature in the next room that is burning hot.
Mm-hmm.
So, probably around like here-ish, there is this very warm temperature. More importantly, the queen is a higher temperature.
Ooh.
And the most interesting thing, she has a disease.
Uh-huh.
She pats the seat next to her. Come now, did you want some wine? She wiggles her goblet.
No, I'm afraid I have to abstain.
Oh,
Thank you, though.
That's a shame. Where are my manners, of course? She extends a hand outward very daintily. You notice that she doesn't really have any jewelry.
I mean, it gets in the way when you're doing crazy shit.
Yeah. And you notice that as she's talking, that these guys continue to fight, and there's a point where she glares at them, and they actually get quieter so that she doesn't have to raise her voice to talk to you.
Oh my god. Holy fuck, man. Holy fuck. Oh, Jasper needs keen intuition here. Is this this has to be a kiss, yes? This has to be a kiss the ring, yes?
Up to you.
Yeah, third time's the charm.
All right. You
Very carefully, because
Yes.
Jasper's like, oh, this bitch stanky.
Yeah, no, you give her a small kiss, and you see this very small smile creep up her face. Oh, you are so polite. Look at you. I expected a little handshake, but oh, so polite. Now, don't freak out, because that happens sometimes. And she, like, just throws her arms out and spills a little bit of wine, doesn't even look at it. I am Queen Allura Lancaster.
What? Really? No.
I can tell by your feigned surprise you really are polite.
I try my best. So, tell me, Your Majesty, what do we got going on in here?
Oh, well, as you know, there is unfortunately crime that does take place in our marvelous city. And these two are some vile wretches that do not abide by our...
Yes, they're crime of barking like dogs, I see. I'm sorry, this fucking dog upstairs.
You're good, no worries. They do not abide by our laws. And at one point, you see this sudden just like spattering of blood as like one of them gets completely cold-cocked. And so, they're wanted for murders. Multiple. I should make that abundantly clear. I hate for you to think this to be barbaric. No, they are monsters, to put it mildly. And so I thought I'd present to them an opportunity, a fight for their life, and whoever lives and succeeds in this combat, I may allow them a chance to redeem themselves amongst the keepers. I don't know quite yet. We'll just kind of see where this fight takes them. What's your bet?
Give me a... How are these two... What's the competition here? What are these two like?
These two are... like... They seem fairly evenly matched, but you get a feeling the half-orc is just a bit more honed for this. If you get... Based on... And you... While this fight is happening, like, Allura keeps whispering into your ear, like, the history of both of these men and the crimes they've committed. And she makes it very clear that the orc was like the kind that would just walk into a house and just beat someone with a bat. And the other guy was more of a find you in an alley and stick you for what you got.
I'm willing to say the big fella's probably gonna win it, but I want it to be the little fella.
Oh, that would be exciting, actually. I do hope there's an upset here. And you watch her, and she is so intently watching this fight. Like, it has her full attention.
Am I able to observe her as she is observing that?
Yeah.
Does that give me a moment?
Yeah, give me a sense motive to kind of study this lady. Okay. It's difficult to get like a very deep read on this woman. But you can tell that it's more than just entertaining to her. She's studying it.
Yeah.
And finally, at one point, this half-orc actually just uppercuts this man, falls to the ground, and he actually gets on top of him and just starts wailing on his face over and over and over again. And
there it goes.
You turn and look at Allura. So it's over then. How boring. This part of the fight is always the worst. I didn't even really care who won. I just wanted to see the action. Oh well. And it's at that point you hear a door slam open directly to the east, and you see that heated individual walking in, and they are something else.
Oh no! Oh!
You see, you see this very burly individual who comes in with this radiant red and gold armor, this black hair as like just dark as ash, cascading behind him, and you see this like massive chunk of ruby, what appears to be growing from his head, as well as like ruby veins going across the face from cuts and things of the sort. And this man gets a big old smile, which also reveals sharpened ruby teeth. They aren't like human teeth, they're like shark teeth. In comes a hero, Your Majesty. He takes a bow. This man is 5'6".
Oh my god. Short king.
You, studying him, you realize he's an Orad.
Yeah!
He is made of stone.
Yeah!
And the queen actually like brightens up a little bit looking at him. Oh, Magnus, it's so good to see you. Are you done looking? Yeah, I'm done looking over the war stuff. I'm done with that. Thought I'd see how this was going. Oh, looks like it's basically over, huh? Yes, I'm afraid so, hero. Why don't we make it a tournament? Oh, what'd you have in mind? Well, I mean, we gotta see if he's true hero material. Can he beat a real hero? And this human is out for the count, like completely unconscious at this point. And the half-orc stands up, wipes his mouth. What? You wanna go too, buddy? Ain't you seen what I done? Yeah, I see what you did. Well, I missed the end of it, more or less. I was having casual conversation. Tell you what, first hit's free. And this man, without hesitation, because he sees this as his only chance of getting out of this, goes for a punch against Magnus. The fist collides and you hear every bone in the hand break. Yeah. The man reels back in pain, and Magnus kind of winds up. My turn. Let me show you why they call me the Cataclysm. And he's going to do an attack mode. Okay.
God damn.
And this will be a Cataclysm power punch. You see it happen in a moment. There is this just sudden burst of blood, and you see that the man's head is gone. It's just gone. And you notice, weirdly, that his right hand is out, but there's blood on the left hand that's at his side again. I thought he'd get through too. That's a shame. Well, hero's work is never done, I guess. So, who are you? Magnus, like, puts his hands on his hips and leans down like you're a child.
Now, I don't understand why you don't just keep that one on 24/7.
What,
You
my,
seem pretty entertaining.
Laura looks over. Oh, Magnus is a rather busy individual. He's only recently gotten back from Leviara. Yeah, they kicked me out. Sucks.
Oh, heavens.
Yeah. It's fine, though, because don't tell nobody. I'm getting deputized today. The rightful place for a guy like me. You're looking at Judge Magnus. Not quite yet. That'll be this evening. Come on. All right, fine. I'll play by your rules. Who are you, fancy fella?
I'm the physician for Mr. Howdy, Dr. Olivier. Nice to meet you. What an oof.
Yeah. You see that they're about to extend their bloody hand. Oh, sorry, you look the fancy star. Don't want to be getting you all bloody there. And then extends his right hand.
I suppose so.
You notice that this individual, when they went for their attack, their fist, which is also made of ruby, superheated. And basically, wherever that guy's head is, it just turned into ash and smoke.
Yep. Jasper, when reaching for the hat, now, you ain't gonna do the same thing to me, correct?
You're not a villain, kid. Keepers are good guys, man. It's what we do.
So that's a good point. I bring this up just as a small note. This Dr. Olivier disguise, it is. I should have described it earlier on. It's not exactly Jasper. You notice, of course, to anybody who knows Jasper personally, it's like, oh, that's Jasper dressed up to the nines and looking a bit weird. But for people who don't know them, you wouldn't be able to recognize the face for a couple reasons, but mostly because it looks like the disguise or whatever sort of makeup or whatever they have on, they've tried to age themselves up about 10-ish years, maybe a little more.
Okay. You get the feeling then when Magnus says that, that he might just say that to a lot of people.
Yeah, for sure. I just realized it as you mentioned it.
Yeah.
Dr. Olivier puts out their hand then and it shakes his spicy arm.
Yeah, no, he shakes it like pretty wildly. Good grip there. Yeah, nice to meet you. Yeah, no, I'm happy to have you here. I suppose, I don't know what I'm gonna do now. Oh, man. That sucks. Well, on the positive side, Allura, looks like you got a doc to handle this mess. No, I don't think I'll leave it to them. It's not Olivier's responsibility. Right, fair enough.
Big cheesy smile.
Right. Well, hey, hope to see you later, all right? We'll grab a drink. We'll chitty-chat then, yeah?
We'll see, if I'm not too busy.
All right, goodbye, Magnus. Come on, do me the honor. It's Magnus the Cataclysm.
Holy fuck, Will.
That's Jay's boy.
Yeah.
Jay made a judge, so.
Yeah. Well then, Your Highness, I do believe I'm taking up your time, actually. There's a little man coming in to see you, if I remember correctly.
She kind of tilts her head. Really?
My charge? Yes.
Your charge. Who do you... Oh. Is Luthien here?
In the flesh.
Oh. I hope he finds me soon. And she just leans back in her chair. No plan of moving.
I hope so too. Now, okay. Now, where did they bring those? Where?
Those? Oh, that's a great way to describe criminals. They're brought down to the dungeon, of course.
Yes, any castle needs one.
I wouldn't recommend going down there. It's positively drab.
But there may be individuals in there who require some sort of medical assistance, I imagine.
Oh, possibly, but listen, Doctor. She leans in very close, like uncomfortably close.
The shivers.
Yeah.
The memories.
You are here as a guest, and for Mr. Haldir specifically, you shouldn't have to worry about so many other people. Enjoy yourself. Relax. Get a drink.
I do plan on letting go a little bit. I'm gonna tone it down on the whole drinking thing. I do gotta keep my faculties about me, what with looking after Mr. Haldir and all, but I'll enjoy myself, I think.
Good. That is good to hear. Well, if you do need anything, though, feel free to ask anyone that works for me. Or myself, if you're feeling bold enough. I'm kidding, you can talk to me. Come on.
She's fucking sauced.
You get the feeling she's actually not drunk.
She's not. No, she's just a freak, I know.
I mean, come on. We both had a well, it was a fine show for a while, and then it got drab, but, you know.
Where's the next most fun place in the castle you'd recommend for me to check out then?
Oh, the next most fun. Well, I mean, the war room is just next door. That's always exciting. She just, like, lazily gestures. There's a billiards table. You can...
I've already seen that.
Oh, we did recently install near the guards' corners downstairs a ping pong table. I haven't had a chance to participate in it myself, but if it tickles your fancy.
Mayhap I'll check that out then.
Mm-hmm.
Jasper in their head. I've got fucking time for ping pong, you crazy old slag.
Right.
Righto, well, if I have your permission, I will take my leave then, Your Majesty.
You don't need to ask my permission. Only if I give you an order. She just like taps you under the chin.
Ooh. Then I will slink away.
By the way, I love your hair.
Got her.
Mm-hmm.
Just a chuckle as they leave. No, thank you.
Yep. That is fine.
Oh, not allowed up there. Or is that the downstairs? What the hell? That's the down, isn't it?
That leads downstairs, correct.
Okay.
So you can go downstairs if you want.
Let me think. Oh, where does Jasper think is important? I think I'm gonna stay on this floor for now, though. I'm just gonna scan this floor before I head on out anywhere else.
Sure. Yep. As you're walking, you're seeing plenty of heat signatures, and once again, no disease,
Okay.
no poison. They're all just
Now,
people.
thinking back to it, the queen, the disease she had from the cursory just being next to her, looking at her mannerisms and studying her while she was studying the boys fighting, is
Sure.
Jasper able to pick up on any very obvious signs of illness showing on her, or has she done a very good job to cover them up?
Give me a heal check.
Oh, I'm good at those sometimes.
Ha! Ha! Okay.
Oh my god, Laura, tell me about your STDs.
Okay, so here's what I can tell you. Let me get some different music real quick. Let's do this one. Examining the queen in that close of proximity, and even with a natural 20, it's pretty clear that whatever disease she has, she seems to be resisting it, like, easily. Anything that comes through from this disease is not immediately apparent, because the problem is her personality.
Yes, she's good at masking it.
She's good at masking it. If you had to guess, the only thing that would maybe come from this...
Her
this
very
dis-
high temperature.
Her high temperature probably plays a part, but that high temperature is odd. Because you remember, Magnus, who is a living volcanic rock entity,
Yes.
was cooler than her.
Yes.
And she touched you multiple times, and she was cold as ice.
Yep. Quick question.
Yes.
Oh, I guess it wouldn't. No, Jasper wouldn't have had any sort of insight into that previously then. Never mind. I can't ask that question. That doesn't make sense. Okay.
I will say, because that's not a lot of information. You did get a nat 20. All I will say is this. It reminds you of something that you have probably seen before.
So, okay, if you're giving me that, then I'll ask the question anyway. Does it remind Jasper of how Dia has described Addis, or how Addis has described himself?
I will confirm, no.
No. Okay.
It is not like that in any capacity.
Is it the candle blights then? The red rot?
It is not similar to candle blight as well.
Or red rot, okay.
Or red rot, I should clarify.
Something I've seen before. Something that's hot.
You're not too sure. You can't shake the feeling.
Interesting. What are you doing, camera chicken? What's your 2 bits? Get out of here. Right, well, Jasper is wandering while pondering. Huh.
Yeah. And then where are all you looking?
I think they're gonna go in this direction. They're looking towards. They're basically scanning towards a door, basically like any doors they pass or whatever, just glancing past things. But I think if this is any openness, or if there's a plaque that says church.
It does say church. And the door is open, and you can actually see a couple of people just having a casual conversation.
Oh my goodness. Hello, Piff. Welcome to the adventure. Oh, goodness.
I'll switch things. Oopsies, that was wrong. Oh, I turned off the wrong one. I'm sorry about that. One moment. As you walk into this nice little church, this half-orcish woman in religious garb is finishing up the last bit of a sermon with this older gentleman listening very intently, his eyes closed as if he's like trying to imagine everything she's saying. And that is, of course, courtesy of our glorious god, Palladius. And you recognize the name. Palladius isn't a god that gets brought up too often.
No.
It is the god of knowledge and history. And of course, may we never repeat those mistakes. The half-orc woman gives a little curtsy. Oh, thank you so much, Your Holiness.
Yeah.
Of course, you're getting better and better every time we do this. Why don't you take a break or something, yeah?
Of course. I'm sorry. I didn't realize we had a guest.
Don't
she gives a
mind
little
me. I'm just taking a quick seat before I mosey on out.
bow. His Holiness looks over, and you see he's got a nice little cane. He is an old human. He's getting up there, and the cane helps propel himself.
Like I said, why don't you move along? I'll have a chitty chat with the person.
Sure, of course. And so they make their way out.
I really was expecting more Pope and not handsome old Piff man.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Yep. So he very slowly makes his way over, and he's got a very big smile.
Oh, sorry, I'm not familiar with you before. You new around here?
Indeed I am, sir. I'm Dr. Olivier, here as the +1 for Mr. Haldir.
Ah, Mr. Haldier's here. That's good. Good man. And anyone that's a friend of Mr. Haldir is a friend of mine.
And he shakily extends a hand. Not out of nerves, he's just old.
He's just old. Jasper will kindly shake his hand.
Very nice to meet you. Oh, his claws almost got me.
Just like
I do try to be careful.
That's appreciated. It does fit with my name. I'm Ivan Sharp.
Oh, cool.
I'm, well, if you haven't really heard, I'm His Holiness.
I might know, yes.
Yes. Don't worry, I don't care about formalities or things of the sort. Just, this sort of tenor is what I like.
And he again smiles.
The atmosphere's a lot more casual than I expected in this here castle, so that's appreciated.
I certainly try. A lot of people come up to me and always curtsies and kissing of the fingers, which is so insanitary, and things of the sort. And, not a fan. He just kind of leans on his cane a little bit. So, what brings you to House of God? Anything in particular?
No, I'm just having myself a look around at the premises to, just get a lay of the land. So, that's about it for me. Do you have any wise words from the gods?
Well, my god of choice is, of course, Palladius, god of knowledge and history. I think it's important that we learn as much as we can from not just each other, but our past. Well, as you've probably seen, we haven't really learned a lot.
He kind of gets a dour look.
Sorry, I didn't mean to make it so depressing.
No, it's all right. The general mood and the atmosphere of the era is generally depressing, so you'd have to try a lot harder than that to make it actually upsetting.
That's good. I'm glad to hear that. But let's see here. I was mostly here to help one of our newest priests just kind of learn the mantras and prayers for different gods. Because, while yes, Palladius is my go-to, I think it's important to listen to all of the gods.
Wise knowledge, indeed.
Yes, indeed. Are you the religious sort? If you're uncomfortable with that, it's fine.
No, it's not uncomfortable or nothing. I just don't know much about that. I'm an individual of the land. I'm more of that sort.
Traveled sort.
A little bit, yes.
Prefer to learn from the people, then. That makes sense. I can get behind that. As long as you're learning. He kind of like points his cane at you.
Every day.
Good.
Every day.
Good. Oh, I'm gonna sit for a little bit. Just like
I recommend it. A nice sit is pretty nice.
So, what are your plans for the rest of the day? There's not a whole lot to do in the castle right now, seeing as it's so busy. Everybody's marching around trying to get this party done.
Yeah, I still don't know exactly what all that's about. I suppose the main thing I'm gonna do is try and stay out of the way. I do have a meeting with another individual in a bit, and then, of course, I do have to promptly make sure I'm always available for Mr. Halgy. I'm probably gonna go check on him just as soon as we're done here, maybe? I don't know.
Good. Well, if you, when you're done with him, if you could send him my way, I just want to chitty chat with him. Nothing serious, don't worry.
Oh, I'm sure he'd appreciate a kind word or two. He's been a little frazzled of late.
Oh no, that's unfortunate. Is there anything I could do to help?
Well, tell me, do you know the man? Do you know the boy?
Luthien? Pretty well. Our paths don't cross super often just because our lines of work are a bit different, but he's a very good friend of one of my best students, Garen Everlyn.
Jasper makes a kind of face.
Do you mind if I'm exceedingly candid? Because I don't like lying. And
I can't stop you.
I think it's unacceptable how Garen was treated. I'm probably a bit
that
biased.
Is standard.
I'm probably a bit biased with that, but no, he was the best of us.
You've been around long enough, you would know what to compare it to.
He was one of the first ones I hired. I should hope so. Or at least one of the first ones that when I brought him aboard, I knew this is what a keeper should be. Gives a darn about the people. Make sure that they come first. Doesn't matter where they've been. Just how can we get them to home, to their family, whatever it is. That's better.
I understand that thinking. Now, if you really want to do Mr. Haldy a favor, maybe talk to him about the man, because I know that, the...
Yes. Sorry, I didn't mean to... It's been eating me up
It's not
for a
my
while
place.
now.
It's not my place. That's all I'll say.
No. I'm the one that's dropping pretty treason-like accusations.
I mean, when you get up there in your years, it's kind of... say whatever you want.
That is a luxury I've got now. He just taps the side of his head. But,
Sorry state of affairs we find ourselves in these days.
Indeed, but I think we could get through it.
No changes on the wind, I can tell you that.
I hope so. I really hope so, because this is the way that the druids have been treated. And again, let's keep this between us, but I get a feeling that I can
in the house of God, nothing escapes these walls.
I like you. But the way the druids have been treated, it's unacceptable. I've been trying, but despite my position of power, it's just not my best. But he stands up. I'm going to keep trying.
Try as all we can do.
Well, Doctor, it was very nice to see you. And
Jasper once again fights Theory to say doctor.
And do enjoy your time here in the capital.
I will try to, and just come hollering if you find yourself in a bit of a medical pickle, because I'm available to a good extent.
I'll keep that in mind, but I don't want to trouble you.
All right, well, I'm making my way out probably that way. What's down this way, sir?
He looks out the hallway. Oh, that way. Well, there's actually, well, here, I can show you. And it's my church, after all. I have to,
my rules.
I have to have it installed. And
What is this statue? Is this
this is Conquest.
Whoa. Why does she get two?
I don't know.
Oh, I see.
Ivan walks in and gestures to ancient relic, actually.
Just real quick, does Ivan have anything funky physiologically going on that the topaz can pick up?
No, he doesn't have any diseases or poisons.
Thank God, that's the old man.
Yeah. You do notice that his body temperature is a little lower, so a cold might be coming. But overall, he seems to be in pretty good health. He just has a little trouble scooting around.
Okay.
It's just a replica. But it's you might have probably already guessed. He gestures to the statues of Gorham. This town is very, very favorable of the god of war and fire, which certainly has its purpose, but wish they'd lean more towards Mitra or Palladius. Tullus would also be great, but
Something a little more productive?
something like that. War can be productive, sure, but it should be your last resort.
Nod.
And even then, if you can avoid drawing the blade, that's the best course of action. Seems like our folks have forgotten how to do that. He takes a step over here and points to this cane. I realize I've brought you in here, but please don't take those stairs up. Leads to the third floor, and as nice as you are, he comes up.
I'm not allowed up there.
Okay,
Do not
good.
have access.
Oh, someone's already told you. Good. Just wanted to make sure.
I understand completely.
Good. But, yes. It's just
So you said this here's a replica of his blade, or his weapon? What is?
it's supposedly supposed to be a replica of Gorham's spear and shield, which he gave to one of his daughters.
Oh, it's all coming together. Fuck.
Can't remember which one, though. Like I said, I'm not much of a fan of war.
Can't say I know much about it.
Keep it that way. You don't want to get involved.
Oh no, I'm already far too busy.
Because you've got the best profession. You're keeping people alive. And he holds the door open with a smile.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Doctor. You notice that very notably he spins around quickly as his old body can, and very slowly closes the door so they don't make a loud noise in his church.
Oh, Grandpa. Grandpa.
Well.
And Jasper will hold this door open for him if he goes in that direction.
Yeah, he's going that way. Oh my goodness, thank you so very much. These doors are so dang heavy these days. I'm just getting old.
Both, sir. Both.
It's both.
It's both.
But, yes, if, it was nice meeting you.
Likewise.
And he once again goes to shake your hand.
Shake, doctor.
Yes. All right. Well, if you need me, I'll be in the kitchen. Gonna get a snack.
Enjoy those pastries, Grandpa.
A genuinely kind old man.
Yeah.
And you get the feeling that, Not a liar.
No, that's what I expected. Oh, right, we already came down this way, but we didn't actually go in that far, did we?
You didn't before.
I'll take a peek in if the door isn't locked.
It is indeed locked.
The Jasper will just spin on their heel and go out here instead.
Yeah, you get the feeling it's very specifically like another guest room.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yep, you take a step outside and you once again see griffin riding keepers flying about. You can overhear some discussion of like maybe going into town and getting something to eat, just totally abandoning their post.
Yep, it's more or less what I thought. Righto.
Oh boy, so many people, so many people.
Mm-hmm.
Still a little too early to do any proper sneaking, so Jasper is just going to wander once again. They're going to go to the north.
Okay.
Wander back in. Where haven't we gone on this floor?
And then again, can you tell me like where you're looking, just so I know how to work off of it?
Yes. Jasper will look towards here.
Okay. You look in there. You don't detect any poisons or diseases, and any heat you do see is very specifically from a very low maintained stove.
Okay. Jasper would like to observe the statues, each of them, and see if there's anything suspicious about them.
Sure. What kind of details in particular are you looking for?
Definitely going to be looking for more of those sort of scrying things that were on the night, but also, like, if there's any sort of, like... If one of the statues seems more tended to than the others, like, or if there's, the statue up here that only points at druids, things like that.
I'll just kind of describe them in more detail as you walk on by for each of them. So Perseverance, which was the first one you walked on past. Perseverance, you notice, is in a very action pose. Like they're standing on a small ledge, standing very heroically with twin short swords. And the statue is made of, it doesn't show here, but I needed to get different statues, but it itself is made of this very beautiful white marble, accompanied with gold etchings.
Yeah, just like her.
Yep. You stand before Mercy, and Mercy's statue is of a woman with about shoulder-length hair, definitely has a more holy attire. They still have armor, but it's lighter than you might anticipate. And she only has a shield. And again, it's that white marble, and it has kind of like a purple coloring to it.
Okay. Make their way over here.
Yeah. You look at Conquest, and Conquest is once again that white marble with these very beautiful blue etchings along the body and various markings. And she stands in a very triumphant pose, spear pointed directly ahead.
Does her face look familiar at all?
Give me a perception check.
I think this would include the +5 for like small details.
Sure.
If you're willing to give it to me.
Sure. Okay. So you examine the statue fairly closely, and especially kind of the face. And it doesn't look like anyone specifically. Like bits and pieces make you think of various people you've encountered. The hair is kept long, you notice. And it does look like this one has been given more attention when it comes to its design. I will say with that close of with that like 26, you notice that there seem to have been multiple revisions.
To make this statue newer,
or make it look like something else?
To make this statue look how it does now, very particularly.
Gotcha. Is there anything in particular with the weapons that are there?
No, it's just a spear.
Okay. All right. Keep that in my back pocket. Move on to the druid one.
All right. You come up to this one, and this is Honor. Honor, what weapon did they have again? I think they are wielding this great mace that you can see. No, actually, that's right. They have dual hammers. And they have this long braid, and they are kept with a kind of more of a red motif for their various colorations and whatnot. And you can tell this one's got like a big cheesy smile, very chivalrous for this gal, and like big plate armor.
Jasper kind of chuckles looking at this one.
Yeah. And the last one is Glory. Glory, once again, kind of has the heavier armor. And you see for them, no, they don't have heavier armor. They actually have less armor. They're more barbaric looking. Must be designed after some sort of hide armor and then like a massive great axe. And you see that their colors seem to be more similar to like orange, but also similar to red.
Okay. The girls. Oh, the girls. Alrighty. In that case, Luthien toddled off somewhere. Jasper's probably gonna go downstairs then.
All right.
Back downstairs. So whoop, and then teleport me however you want.
All right. Luckily, we already have your icon down here.
Oh, Luthien, welcome back.
Boop, you are here now.
Okay.
I'll just ping one more time just in case.
Okay, I'm actually going to be real quick.
Oh, alrighty. Hey, chat. How's it going? Oh, boy, oh, boy. Yep. Oh, my back. Let's see here. What else do I need to have be ready? Let's see here. I'll move them there. Pope Sean Connery. Yep. That did certainly happen.
Your best.
Your best. Luja's always whine about their best.
Not gonna finish that one because it's not very pious.
I always made the PG-13 version where it's like, your best. Luja's always whine about their best. Winners go home and play Monopoly with the prom queen. That movie I remember being good, but like very real chance it's just not anymore.
Is that the Sean Connery and Nicolas Cage one?
Yes, where they team up to fight Ed Harris. It's also a great movie because Nicolas Cage's character's gimmick is he doesn't want to swear because he's got a baby on the way. Classic action hero. So he never swears, and instead he's just like, how in Zeus's butthole did you get out of your cell? Just like dumb shit like that. That's just the whole movie. Well, Sean Connery's like, oh, Melly, you son of a bitch. It's the best. Oh boy, oh boy. I hope Civ comes back soon.
I am Jasper now.
I am Jasper now.
I am Jasper now.
Oh boy, oh boy.
Hey chat, now is your one shot to ask a question and have it answered, maybe. Depending on how long Civ takes.
Yep. I have no idea where Civ wandered off to.
How are you doing? Asks Bunny Made of Bread.
Doing good. I'm very happy to finally be playing this. When's the next full moon? I don't know. What's your story, Aram?
I'm just a little guy.
Cool. Got any wedding advice? Don't go too big. It's one day.
I thought you were just gonna say, don't get married.
I'm back.
Welcome back. So.
Okay. Oh boy. Okay. Oh boy.
So you come back down. You do see Rosa Hairsith once again. She is chitty-chatting with a couple of individuals about things. She does notice you, just gives you a friendly wave, but doesn't expect anything of you.
Yeah, polite nod. And Jasper's going to casually look for Luthien, but I imagine at this point he's probably found the queen. So if Jasper doesn't just find Luthien on their way up to see Cassiel, because Cassiel did ask to see them, then they won't go out of their way to find him.
Yeah, yeah, I will say you do not bump into Luthien.
Okay. They are going to make their way through this room specifically because they have heard about this. They know that exists.
Yep.
So they're going to get... they're probably not allowed in there directly, so they're just going to mosey in that direction. I don't have my square up here, or my circle, so you're going to have to tell me if I'm close enough.
Yes, one moment. I will give you your aura once again. Beep, boop, beep.
There we go.
I assume you are trying to get to the tree.
Yeah, just close enough to see it.
Okay. Yeah, no, these guards, like, they watch you pretty intently. As
Jasper's looking around, like, intentionally, like, pointing in a direction, then stopping and turning on their heels, like putting their hands up, like, very Columbo-esque, actually.
This guard steps up, and she's like, I'm sorry, you really shouldn't be here?
Oh, I'm terribly sorry. I am quite lost here. Twist turned around. Can you point me to, what is it? The office of Judge Tide?
Oh, yes, of course. It just goes straight through that door, and you'll need to go through another door just up the way, and...
Right. Okay,
yes.
That's where I came in. I came in from the other direction last time. I was confused out of my mind. Did I get anything while standing there?
So when you are approaching the tree, nothing.
Nothing. Okay.
Nothing. The judge is like, it's a maze. I totally get it. Don't worry. Just remember, probably just avoid this area.
Understood.
Thank you.
Remembery. Is this like a spa room kind of thing?
This is just like more of a decorative room.
Okay, gotcha.
And it isn't long until you sense a presence. Like, comes around the corner you just passed.
You've returned.
You know, it would be a whole lot easier if you stayed where you said you were gonna be, rather than just jumping up on me, but I understand.
Why do that when I can walk you there?
Ooh, an escort. Fine, let's go.
Yes, to ensure your safety, Doctor.
Is there something amiss?
Cassiel takes 5 steps.
And we are here, Doctor.
Incredible!
Yes,
They gesture.
Jasper puts their hands out like, wow.
Cassiel Tide approaches this door and then looks at this keeper.
You can go. I know you've been here for quite some time. Get yourself a drink.
Oh, thank you, Judge. And she quickly stands up and then scoots on by.
Little smile.
Yeah, no, it's very polite.
Now then, if you'd be so kind.
You fucking weirdo.
Do not worry about the fire.
They just stick their entire hand in it.
It is meant for other tasks than destruction.
They just flow into the next room.
Jasper's just nodding along, tilting their head like, You crafty bastard.
When you walk in, you realize there's actually one here, and this fades away.
So you found my message. I've had them wandering around to communicate with you. I have been most curious to speak with you, Doctor.
So popular today. Right. Is there anywhere I can sit? Or is this more of a stand-in room?
I prefer to stand when I think, but if you are so inclined,
They gesture to their bed. It looks very plain.
you
Aww.
may take a seat.
I suppose why not? And in the briefest flash, you see the goblinism that is Jasper, like, oh yeah, comfy bed.
They kind of look you up and down.
How have you enjoyed your time in the castle?
It is so much more lively than I expected. I expected to be much more pomp and circumstance, but everyone's just talking my ear off.
Yes, I do apologize for being yet another to talk your ear off, dear Doctor. You have been rather busy, shaking many hands, making many acquaintances, and in fact, making someone cry.
Oh, that was a terrible mistake on my part. I feel do you have any Now, I can tell you're sort of a magic individual. Do you have any sort of thing to clean my hands off? Because it occurred to me after the fact that I have done an awful lot of touching people that I don't normally do.
Yes, of course.
They, without even looking at you, they're looking at papers. They just kind of flick their wrist, and you get the feeling of prestidigitation cast on you.
Oh, wonderful. Yes, oh, that poor young girl, I had no idea what I was up with that.
Yes, charity is a delicate flower. What are your thoughts, Doctor, about some of the people you've met here today? And do know
They, again, do the same kind of, like, lax gesture with their wrist, and you see a similar barrier appear from when you spoke with Luthien. Though this one looks far more potent and might do other things.
I see. This is an anti-magic thing, isn't it? Oh boy.
do feel free to speak candidly in my presence, because I am not interested in lies. I hear many whispers, and I can discern the honesty within them easily.
Oh, no faffing about, I understand. Well, you probably overheard what His Holiness had to say. Older fella, got a lot of opinions that aren't quite the same as most folks here. I respect that. I understand you can't exactly change the opinions of the older folks.
When you say respect, dear Doctor, do you mean kindly disagree or wholeheartedly agree?
A bit of the fence. I'm on the fence in between the two. It really depends on the character of the person and if he's trustworthy enough to be a judge around. No, sorry, not a judge. What is the term even for him? Like, he's above the rest of the judges. An important man like him. And he's been kept around for that long, then I suppose he must be respect-worthy.
Yes, well, he did originate the Keepers, as it were.
Got you your job, I suppose, in the end.
Yes, I am newer here as judge. I have only been a judge title for about 2 years, but Keeper of Whispers I have been since the beginning, I assure you.
In your very nature, I assume.
Very much so.
Oh God, what are you doing to me?
So,
You're not gonna tell me what that was?
No. They rolled bad, doesn't matter.
Okay.
They mosey on back to their desk.
it was also brought to my attention you have met our queen.
Oh, big surprise on that one. She was just moseying about, lying around, watching two men beat the hell out of each other.
An unfortunately common occurrence.
They look over their shoulder.
Unless, of course, they're, well, that's not important, is it?
I'm not sure I understand.
Oh, just something I've noticed in my time here. I watch everyone very closely, dear doctor.
I think I lost the line of communication here that they were trying to give.
You know this because they're the kind of person that pulls this kind of shenaniganry. They aren't looking at you, but they are watching the mirror for your reactions to when they speak.
Yeah.
He was they were leading to something, and decided to drop it to see what your reaction would be.
There is a little question mark of I guess we're changing the conversation, and then sorry, can you repeat that sort of question statement? I'm not sure what you were getting at there.
No, it's just that the Queen has a questionable habit of bringing death row inmates up above for, she says, an opportunity because she is so
She
merciful.
did mention that. That is quite the interesting pruning process, I suppose.
Oh, yes, indeed.
And would they normally go through, if they make it out alive, would they go through the normal standard training that any old keeper would get? Or is there special circumstances for those lot? Do they get dungeon duty or something?
They are watched closely, and they would never be allowed near the dungeon because they might...
cannon fodder, I see.
You catch on quick. I was just going to leave it at, if we left them in the prison,
They lean in very close.
they might release some old pals.
Oh, devious little smile from Dr. Olivier there.
Yes. I am curious, Dr. Olivier.
They once again look over their shoulder.
I decided to do a little bit of digging, and I've realized you've always referred to yourself as Dr. Olivier. Do you have a last name?
I'm a bit more of a mononym kind of person.
I see. Similar to what Luthien said. That's nice to hear. Now, I was curious. I've done a little bit of digging, and I'm having difficulty tracking down your medical history. Where did you learn your practice?
Well, that means you're very good at digging.
They don't smile, they just make a noise.
You've asked me to be perfectly clear about this, and I will be perfectly clear. I'm not really a real doctor.
There's an awkward smile, but not in a you caught me. It's in a comedy sort of oopsie way.
They spin around.
Really? Care to elaborate on that?
More of a self-taught sort of nature for me.
Self-taught.
Learn by watching, experimentation, that sort of thing.
Experimentation. Most intriguing, Dr. Olivier. I was curious.
They're studying you.
How honest are you with people? I'm curious.
Thinking back on my general personality, I try and be as honest as I can. If I have a patient and they're gonna die, but I like them, I'm still gonna tell them they're gonna die. I don't tend to sugarcoat things.
But I must also ask because you seem the sort which is most beneficial.
They lean in exceedingly close, once again ignoring personal space entirely.
Everyone here is so friendly.
Yes, indeed. You are honest, but
They put a finger up to their lips.
are you also able to keep secrets, I wonder? How well can I trust you?
Patient confidentiality is normally expected.
Doctor, patient, and a third party. I'm curious. Just one.
Unless you want to become my patient.
No.
Oh. Well, go ahead. Don't keep me waiting.
They're going to study you one more time. They look you up and down very, very consistently. Yeah, no, another great roll.
The reason why I ask, Doctor, I've been growing concerned about something in our castle.
They walk back over.
Things that are even being kept from myself, and I find rather curious.
Ooh, what was it? The Master of Whispers keeping it from you? That sounds...
The Keeper of Whispers.
Oh, I'm sorry. There's all these titles. I'm really mad
Yes.
about it.
Just remember, it's a loathsome pun. Now,
They spin back.
I'm afraid I am concerned with our Queen's mental health. I am brushed aside time and time again, and I do not appreciate it. No, not one bit. And I was hoping I could get your expertise on the matter, considering you spoke with her at her most troubling of times.
Most troubling? She seemed pretty casual about all that.
That is the problem.
The problem, I see.
I look at that, and it may be a bold accusation, but I would describe that as sociopathic tendencies.
Oh, by the book, definitely, most certainly.
Yes. But I don't know why. Why does no one question it? Why is it accepted? And why do you also
Royalty, I
notice?
would assume.
Royalty only gets you so far. Everyone can acknowledge charity is lacking upstairs.
And kind of taps their head.
That is no secret. We merely keep it to ourselves out of
Respect.
Respect is incorrect. Politeness may be more
Politeness,
apt.
of course. Well then, what would you have me do?
I would hope that you could look into it, study her closer. Because I'll be candid with my opinions. I'm sick of this druid conflict. It's not even a conflict, it's a slaughter. Positively barbaric, yet we champion ourselves as heroes to the people who know not even what the threat is because it is fake, dear doctor.
Oh, are you telling me there is propaganda in our dear capital? Nonsense!
So very alarming, I'm sure, to you. And I will not tolerate falsehoods whilst I am the keeper of whispers. But
No need to whisper it. I hear you loud and clear.
I don't plan on shouting. If I was, my apologies.
They have never raised their
No,
voice
never,
once
not
to
once,
you.
not once.
Yes, I do get a bit excited sometimes. I'm very regretful.
Today I had an iced cube in my water.
They like take a very deep bow.
I apologize for my exuberant behavior. I got a bit riled up there. Not my intention. It is just refreshing to meet someone, even if they are so disappointingly on the fence with the matter, that we could at least see eye to eye at some point.
I think you'll find it's a lot easier to change people's minds on certain aspects than you might imagine.
Yes, I do hope so. I do also hope that as I become more forthcoming with information, you would also be so bold as to be forthcoming, especially with such a curious device.
And they tap their eye, clearly gesturing to the eyepiece.
Oh, this nifty little thing does wonders.
Yes, a fascinating enchantment I can't quite place. It seems old.
God knows. I mean, stones are meant to be quite old. If I do recall. I'm no geologist, of course.
No, yes, indeed, of course. It's just so old. It's questionable.
So you expect me to keep my eye on old Queenie, see how she's feeling, and see what might be clouding her judgment?
Indeed. I want to learn more about her, but I fear she becomes more reserved in my presence. And trying to go in with a disguise of any sort, well, if she saw through me, it would be rather
Embarrassing.
awful, but embarrassing as well. Not to mention, she doesn't allow any of my secret keepers near her. Most troubling.
And they point a finger up.
A point of interest for you, dear doctor. If you do play ball, and I do hope be more honest with me as we go, I will tell you some very juicy details.
Gossip straight from the castle. Don't know how much that might be able to help a doctor, but we shall see how things unfold, I suppose.
I'll give you a small taste of interest.
They look over their shoulder.
Charity is not her daughter. Were you not curious as to how or why such a thing would be?
I usually imagine if it's royal, it's some sort of bastard baby, but that don't exactly check out with the way that things normally work.
No, not at all. I am curious about this girl. If you could keep an eye on her as well. Because when I provided some medical attention to the girl, I have a spell that I use to track down family members to gain more information. You know how it is.
Good old blood ties.
Precisely. But normally for less than what I would approve of normally, moral reasons. There's plenty of times you may capture an individual who is not very forthcoming with their information.
I understand.
But with a simple cast of a spell,
And they wiggle their fingers, and you see light go around them.
I can know exactly who they're related to. I may not know their locations, but I can know that much. And Charity's parents, upon digging, are long dead. Members of this community, a part of an orphanage that sadly disappeared so many years ago.
And the poor girl got stuck with a mother that doesn't even appreciate her singing.
Most disappointing, but more curious. Why does everyone agree that she is blood related to our queen, when that is clearly not the case? And it does make me wonder even more so since I came here from Simsalabim. Where is the daughter?
Grinch smile when hearing Simsalabim.
I do hope my honesty has proven my trustworthiness.
Certainly changed the mood in here.
Yes, indeed. My apologies. Would you prefer I turn on some silly music to brighten it?
Oh no, I'm sure there will be plenty of that later this evening.
Thank you for being merciful.
You're gonna get to see me do a crazy fucking jig! It's gonna be nuts! Alright then, and I suppose old Elora shouldn't know that I'm even in cahoots with you to any extent? No, alright.
Absolutely not. If possible, I would prefer we maintain a professional appearance. I'm fine with dialogue with one another in public, but do avoid making it look like we are allied.
Oh, but we're getting along so well already. I'm sure I'll manage. All right, I'll bite.
Good. You are appreciated, dear doctor.
Also, please don't tell nobody about the whole not actually being a doctor thing. That kind of... People don't especially hire you when you don't meet the technical requisites.
No, that's fine.
Though I don't imagine anybody else except for Luthie's gonna want to hire me anyway, so...
No, I imagine not. Especially if you're going down a more natural path of healing, despite the fact that we have so many talented arcane and divination-based healers.
Few and far in between in these parts. A lot more easy to get work outside. So will that be all?
Yes, thank
Anything,
you.
actually, one more thing. Anything else I should be on the lookout for? Any people in particular that might not that might hinder this little agreement we have going on, aside from Queenie herself?
I would be mindful of Hersif, probably.
Oh, I see.
I find the woman frustrating, to put it mildly.
Oh, really? But she seems so boring.
Oh, that certainly plays a part in my discontent with the woman, but it lines itself more with something far more damning. She is wishy-washy with her beliefs. Could be easily swayed by the most pathetic of reasonings, making sure people like her. To be expected from someone from the Hersif family, of course.
Throwing shade.
Just being honest.
In Jasper's like brain, the like true ego self, since they're sitting on the bed here, the true ego self is a little monkey jumping up and down on the bed.
Right then. I suppose with all that in mind, I will make my way on out. Do you want me giving any sort of indication to my employer on this, or?
Yes, tell Luthien.
Oh.
I'm well aware.
They look over their shoulder.
I'm well aware of what they're up to.
I mean, they spin around, and it's the first time you've seen a genuine smile.
How could I not know he's a druid?
Jasper does a
Don't act surprised, Doctor. Don't act surprised.
chuckles and leaves. So I want to know, as I'm leaving specifically, but during that entire interaction, what was Jasper getting off this person? What was the general vibe and everything? Because there is the optimistic situation in which they are just being flat out true and being like, hey man, something's up, I need your help. But then there is the other situation of they are trying to trap me. This is entrapment. So...
Okay. Give me a sense motive.
Okay. Not great with these, but that's okay.
Ooh!
You get the feeling everything that has ever come out of this person's mouth is the truth. While they are the keeper of collecting as many lies as they can, they always decipher it to make it true.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing gets past them that is a lie.
Okay.
You get the feeling with a 2022, this is a possible ally and one that you could reliably trust.
Okay. Oh boy. What's up with this blue smoke? Does Jasper recognize it at all?
Why don't you give me a knowledge arcane, and if you don't have that, just a raw and spellcraft would also work. And if you don't have that, raw intelligence.
Raw intelligence. That's gonna be it, baby.
Here's where we find out Jasper is not very smart, but Jasper is very wise.
Okay.
What the smoke doing? I don't know.
Looking at it, as God, I'm drawing a blank. Cassiel, that's their name. Jesus. Cassiel had mentioned it doesn't generate heat. Very curiously, even through your eye, no heat. But you do study it a bit more, and it does seem to be the same color as the divination rune that was up in the throne room, or not in the throne room, but in
the bedroom.
In your bedroom.
Gotcha. Okay.
It's at that point you once again just very suddenly see someone appear.
By the way, you needn't worry about those runes in your room.
I mean, they were off in the first place.
Yes, they were.
Oh, you're so kind.
I just think a little trust goes a long way, Doctor.
Certainly does when it's stretched so thin.
That's why you grasp whatever you can.
This motherfucker's been like, I hate my 9 to 5. I hate my 9 to 5. I don't even get dental. Fuck this bitch.
Dr. Olivier, done with this perplexing individual, it seems, will make their way out this door and saunter down the hall in a very familiar way, but I'm not going to describe it.
Of course. All right. So, did we want to just call it there then?
I think that's a good place to call it. This is
All
about
right.
usually stopping time, so
Yeah, we'll call it there, and we'll find out what happens next time on Ebon Ward.
On EBDB.
On EBDB.
Oh, so many treats.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah. Oh man, nice work on Cassiel Tide's design, Civ. I love how they turned out.
there is technically a full body design, though it's not fully finished, so I might not put the unfinished version up. We shall see if I have time to finish it.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Is there anything
They-
else I can do to
them.
help you? Oh, yes. If you stop by the kitchen, pick me up a hot dog. I used my last dimension door already, and I don't want to walk.
So I will say for you, Jasper, because you've seen Dimension Door.
Yes.
What Cassiel Tide is doing, it's not
Not
Dimension
that.
Door.
It's not that.
Cassiel Tide's got some other weird bullshit going on. Oh boy, oh boy. Huh. EBDB! I should get some different music playing. What should we let's what is this one? No, that's a little too silly and jaunty.
That's the dance that Jasper's doing in their head.
I think, you know what? Maybe because it is what it is.
Ha.
Yeah! Classic! Alrighty. Do we have any fan art or anything?
We
Yeah,
do.
there should be.
Oh.
Let me see if I can pull that up. Okay, yeah. Got it. And I'll let me share it in Discord so that you guys know what part I'm looking at. Okay.
Oh, fabulous. Thank you.
Okay.
Hang on. Oh, that's right. And credit for this was put up by Signed Centaur. Thank you.
Thank you very much. This helps a lot.
So first we've got Sprites, Jasper, and Errol plus Leviara Bingo.
Oh boy.
I looked over this earlier today. There's some good guesses on here. I
There
really
are.
appreciate this. And my favorite detail is the free space being Maze is nearly
He's nearly
killed.
killed in combat.
It won't be so free
Can't
when I
see
kill
Aaron.
him.
They're getting
Oh
loading screen here.
no! Oh, what? Why did that happen? Oh, okay. Fan art. Okay, there. Now it's for real.
Hooray!
Wahee!
Wahee!
Sorry, chat. Aram fuck up? Come on, that barely counts.
Barely
That-
counts.
that doesn't
Get out
count.
of here.
Here, I can open Joe Biden's political agenda right now.
Not at the finish line.
He was so close.
Next from Barden,
Oh.
we got a frame
Oh,
Dr. Olivier.
Look at
fancy,
that.
fancy. I can feel
Fancy.
it. I can feel it in my fingers.
Lovely. Oh, that's wonderful.
That's
You'll
Sculpey
fall.
baking in the oven.
Speaking of baking in the
Speaking of
oven,
baking in the oven, yeah, from
Oh.
Gus the Artificer, we got
baby.
the Jasper snake cake.
Oh, I love
the
that.
snake, if you will.
That's actually really good. That's cool.
really good.
Yeah,
I
I'm
would
curious how much
absolutely-
of this is like sponge and how much is
Fondant.
like marzipan or you know, what's the stuff that people make all
Icing.
those... Sorry?
Fondant?
Fondant. Yeah. The things that people use to make those elaborate non-cake cake objects. But either way, very impressive. Good work.
Nice
Very
work.
nice.
Lovely.
Jasper consuming the castle.
Oh,
next from
dope.
Hatter, Scream Eater.
Whoa.
Look at that.
You
Ooh, I
made
love
that?
I love the green edge on the blade. That's
Ooh.
very fun. Oh, that's rad.
The little
Cool.
mouth.
It's a tiny hellmouth.
Awesome. Thank you.
From Carabay.
Next.
Sneckrosnero.
I love snakes.
Snakes.
From Venomous Tia, My Revenge. Gay,
God.
gay, homosexual, gay.
I can still hear her voice.
From Box of Bees.
Where did babies come from?
Igmar's face.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I've never-
reproduce via mitosis.
Excellent, thank
next
you.
from And Yet No Bananas.
Wahee!
We are back. Woo! Back, baby.
Maze looking
Thank you.
unreasonably cool.
Don't worry, it won't last.
Won't last. From Home Style Trixie.
I think Jasper had an all right time today.
Yeah,
I know.
Jasper had a pretty good time.
Next from Carabay, Universe 55, Deandra Diadem, socially anxious neophobe.
Oh, poor thing. Her eyes are liquid.
Yeah.
Oh,
From Lemieux,
He's spying.
bro, chill.
Spying. Very
from
nice,
Universe
thank you.
99 from Carabay, Psychotic Maze Smiles
Oh god, that's just Maze when he smiles normally.
That's just how he smiles.
when he tells a joke. From FNK Deadbeat,
Am I a boy? Am I a girl? Who knows? But everyone finds me hot, and that makes everyone gay.
Very nice.
thank
Southern
Southern
from
bitch.
bitch
And Yet No
Smile.
Bananas.
Very funny. God. Southern.
From Carabay 197, Laura
No
Redpath
difference.
meets Laura Redpath from Universe 35. No one can tell which is which.
They just hanging out.
From Lemieux, they do a sneak.
In a Jasper.
Oh,
From
God.
And Yet No Bananas.
The way you arc your arms behind you, I deduce you use your right hand to scratch your butt.
Get the fuck out of here, Holmes, you freak ass!
I
Deduction
know
of
what-
like right hand versus left hand immediately reminds me of did either of you guys read Encyclopedia Brown as a kid?
No.
I don't think
Okay.
so.
Alright. I don't want to divert into an entire answer just to explain a joke, but we'll after stream.
Absolutely.
Just for chat, Encyclopedia Brown rep. Encyclopedia Brown's fans race. From Carabay, Universe 27, freelance writer Saint Nassington Esquire III.
Oh my.
You say.
Oh, sure. Yes.
From And Yet No Bananas.
You soup.
Wow!
I am just a princess.
I've never had a thought in my life.
Not a character I expected to exist or be introduced. Very fun.
It was one of those things where I was like, someone would have to replace Payne.
Yeah. From Skel Snern Vnant.
Wow. The return.
I love this spelling of when you are writing out on a birthday cake or a birthday card. You're like, happy birthday.
Yeah. Oh, let's go with a big ass B.
A big ass I, little r, little t.
From Carabay, it's the gang boogieing.
It's the crew. Look at them go. They boogie. They scooting. Lovely.
From Shakalos.
Ooh, pretty.
Jasper.
Ooh, that's a very fancy suit.
I like the snake.
That's
And
neat.
the little flower.
Lovely.
Oh man, we've made it to the part of Brody Quest that's like the breakdown.
Yeah.
What are those?
This is from Frizaul.
What are those, worker? Those are my Crocs, ma'am. Too tacky for them. Off. I hate Crocs as much as I hate spies. Oh no, Kirby! Kirby! No, Kirby!
Excellent. From Lemieux.
Errol is great. There are no druids. Everything is fine. Oh, she's terrible. But she's not harmful.
Studies you like bugs.
Monster Bee.
Hysterical.
No,
This looks like one of those videos with the guy with like the fisheye lens who just like, but this is not a perfect world.
This also gives me the immediate entry. No, bitches.
No,
Oh, yeah.
bitches.
It's like the anime having a mental breakdown
Yeah.
pose, except completely impassive. The title,
Outstanding.
by the way, is "Have a Fucked Up Little Man" from Shakalos.
Ooh.
Some gods that were name dropped. Did someone say
Yeah.
Palladius?
Yeah, Palladius is god of history and knowledge. And they are spider themed, actually.
And respect Gorham's peck.
Yeah.
Gotta keep it safe.
You only get one titty.
You made
This motherfucker.
Hey, buddy!
It's gonna change a whole lot of things when I do the same pose and you
He
realize
looks-
you're not
yeah.
the only freak in
He
town.
looks down at you, which is he can only do because you are sitting
You're
on a
sitting
bench.
down.
Yep. Oh, man. Very
That
silly.
freak
They're
ass.
bananas, by the way. From Dortporp.
I'm a hero! That's great. I love
Really
this style. It's
funny.
very funny.
Oh.
Colonel Sanders.
Anything for a fellow chef?
That's from FNK Deadbeat. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Oh, there she is. Yeah.
Gross.
No, I love that you got like some blood on her. Oh my god, that's great. Love it. Thank you so much.
From Grey Gardener. Babe's Nond truly is having a strong.
Jedin, jedin, jedin. Oh,
Holiness will
Ivan.
return in the man with the golden gun.
Yes, of course. The keeper. That's how I do his holiness.
Oh,
Bell.
Loverly.
Oh,
They
Two
watch.
envies walk into a castle. Oh, sorry, they say to the third.
very funny.
Oh my god.
Very cute.
Errol's racism politics last century.
It's only outweighed
El-
by the NBs.
Yeah, the racism is very like barbaric, but the gender relations are that solar punk image of the ideal.
Yeah.
From Annette-Bo Bananas, another queen.
Gross.
Yeah, there she be.
Evil
Oh
lighting.
man, Alura's terrible.
I enjoy that
Outstanding.
you found a new specific brand of terrible to go with.
Yeah, I'm always looking.
From Signed Centaur.
No thoughts, head empty. Hooray!
Good.
Yippee! Mother has given me soda and Fortnite. Yippee!
From Skift.
Ooh,
I've still yet to see a problem that can't be fixed with identity fraud. I love that.
I love this little chin you've given them.
Hee hee. They do have a good
Good.
chin.
Yeah, these colors are nice too. Lovely.
From Shakalos, the return of Shred Path.
Yeah!
Is it
Apple
canon?
shirt.
Is it canon that he is like just shredded?
Not shredded, but he's more muscular than anybody expects.
I love that. That's very funny.
This poncho is my power limiter. From Shakalos, this is Tulis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big
There
hair.
she be. Big floofy hair. Just a nice lady. Just trying her best. Lovely.
From Goblin
The
Pink.
statue that points at Druid.
German noises.
Oh, sorry, that took me a second. I thought you said German noises. And I was like, wait, what?
When Germa says an entire sentence and says no words.
Oh, be careful, keeper. Don't go in there. Oh my god, there is a drooper. A druid in here.
Das Druid ist blunt smoking.
Jasper high off their mind.
From Dort Porp.
Hey, sup. Behold,
Fuck.
this is only number 2. Don't worry.
It's only my second one.
It's only my second one. Don't get upset.
From Lemieux.
They're awful bed.
Yeah, no, they're just like they do just have this like kind of small bed and they just don't care. There's like whatever. This is how I do.
From Detra.
Are you a boy or a girl?
I identify as a threat.
Oh, me too.
Good.
Thank you very much. From Sign Centaur.
I'm in danger.
Teleports behind you.
Teleports in front of you.
From Shakalos, this is Maze at the beach.
His arm is
Maze
gonna
McGee.
get rusty.
Yeah, it is. Ooh.
I believe Barrett would have created an arm that was rust resistant. It seems
It's
like
the old rubber glove with duct tape.
He's got foresight. Like he doesn't want machinery crapping out on him.
And let's see
Oh,
if there's
man.
anything else.
Man, I think there's a couple more.
Ooh, I think this is probably an update from Barden, or it was
Yeah.
reordered, possibly.
Yeah, I think it's got some more shadow and stuff.
Oh.
From Shakalos,
And the-
Lissa, also.
Yeah. Goddess of life and death. Just a casual lady. Very nice.
You and
Mom and
Barrett.
dad. Yep.
Oh no,
that
sorry,
is-
that's Karen and Duchess, mom and dad, right? Yeah.
Yeah, mom and dad go to the beach. They don't like each other, but they're here for the kids.
Divorced without ever being married.
Very
Yes, the
funny
kids-
that she's got that enormous brimmed hat and a parasol.
That would be how Duchess
Yeah.
do. She wants nothing to do with the sun because she's afraid she'll start rotting and smell worse.
Oh. From FNK Dead Pete.
Can I have your pronouns?
Pronouns. Give them here.
Delicious. Lovely. Thank you very much.
From Goblin Pink.
I would like some extra mustard.
Thank you. From Sign Centaur.
Yeah, no, there was a lot of energy from today's session. Yeah, I guess a little bit.
Wait, is
Or
that?
Guinevere.
Oh yeah, the me. For a second, I was like, wait, is that my me? I don't think it
No,
is. I don't
Aaron,
think
you're just the default me.
Hey.
You be nice to me.
Affectionately.
And a blank version.
Oh, that's pretty funny, actually.
Very silly.
Oh, thank you so much, everybody. I had a ton
Yeah.
of fun.
Thank you guys so much for coming out and doing all this fun art and all this cool stuff, just being so gosh darn pleasant. We really appreciate you. And great news, we're coming back next week. Evan, woo! And here's the even better part. When this mini arc is done, we're just gonna keep that fucking train rolling. We're gonna go right into Leviara with the main crew. No more waiting. We're here. Fire. All right. Well,
Wahoo.
wahoo. Well, again, thank you, Civ, so much for playing. You were
Thank you for running.
wonderful. Thank you. And thank you,
Run.
Aaron, for being our camera. Greatly appreciate that. And chat, thank you again for all the art, all of the subs, that's the word, being on our Patreons and all the everything. Thank you so much, and thank you for being here this time, and thank you for being here next time. Say goodbye to chat, everybody.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Doodles.